Whew. Hello. Anybody? Hello. What up, Ghost Malone? Malone, is that the Ghost Malone, or did you change your name? What up, Triple C? Not gonna be on. What's going on there, Warbot? Cat Eyes. There's my buddy White Claw. Vic's about to go to sleep. I guess anytime you play with your wood, you just have to turn in and hit the hay, as they say. No, hello, Jane. What up, Shaved or Shaved? I'm not sure. Do I pronounce that Shaved? Another nifty night in the hood. Tonight's Hey, Shaved, do you ever come on panels? You feel like chatting a little bit? Tonight is we're not doing any fuckery. We're not talking about any drama. We're just gonna have a fun little conversation for anybody that wants to hop up and chat. Just get one last unplanned disastrous mess before bed. Yep, that's I'm gonna drop this there in the chat. And what up, Matt? That's my guy. Matt is my dude. Yeah, just a little chewing the fat before bed, nothing, no interviews, nothing predator catching related. Just anybody that wants to have an interesting conversation and maybe help each other feel a little bit less lonely here on this Monday night. I think that we've had enough negative and enough drama in the last 8 days where we should all agree to check that shit at the door and let's just relax and have a fun little another do live. What is a do X live, LARP? I'm not sure what that means, brother. Will Ray be dropping another do live? Deuce. Oh, yes, I did. I pooped on panel. In case anybody didn't know that, I was on mats, and I don't know. I guess I just had a mental lapse and didn't realize that I was dropping the kids off at the pool and didn't hit mute, and they heard me flush. And according to many, they didn't hear me run the sink to wash my hands. So let that sink in. Guilty as charged. That is trying to think. Matt's got opinionated and caffeinated. I'm highly menstruated and like always defecated. That's my new that's my shit. What up, Babs? Oh, Babs is a new friend. Babs, how did you find me? Oh, and OPE is here too. Look at those beautiful people. So again, like I said, before I drop the link, what up, Kev? How you doing, bro? I'm chilling. Tonight, it's tonight we're not going to talk about any news. We're not going to talk about any drama. I'm going to drop the link here in I'm going to drop the link and we're going to have a good conversation. If anyone has something interesting they want to talk about, maybe something that they want to do better with themselves, something that they're trying to get past. I get good fiber in my diet, Matt. So here we go. I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to post a comment and let's, like I said, an interesting conversation. CMS Gaming wants to know how to poo better. The first thing that you want to do is there's a biological process called peristalsis, and that's what's able to actually digest and move the food from your esophagus down into your bowels and eventually out your rectum. So fiber is important along with hydration because fiber without hydration is basically meaningless. Healthy fats and essential oils, that's going to lubricate the intestines, allowing for easier passage of fecal matter through the colonic parkway. But yeah, I mean, why do we get weird about poop? Everybody does it, man. Do I own a squatty potty? I do not. You too, Mr. Spectre. You too. What did Dean say? What's up, friends? But Ray, you're the drama king, the leader of the anti-Tom movement. That is, you've got me pegged to a T, ex-husband. By the way, I saw your comment on, I don't know if it was Predcatcher Drama or Panel Channel where it said do more rape videos, but guess what? You left me. Don't be vindictive, you hurtful fuck. Everywhere I go, I see you, and I'm having a hard time gaining closure. And I do miss the house in Hawaii, and I miss the pup more than most. Okay, we have someone in a bidet. Yo, bidets are no joke, LARP. There's a Japanese water toilet. Feels pretty damn fucking phenomenal. That's here we go. Somebody who never comes on panels. What's your name, sir? Welcome to the hotline.
What's up, motherfucker?
Oh, that's Cat Eyes and Drag, judging by that name.
Yeah.
Ever have one of those horrible shits with the there are, I don't know if men have ever had the struggle, but you think that there's enough toilet paper on the roll, and then all of a sudden it's like, you go from front to back to front, and then it's still, you're still picking up some residue, and you're like, all right, I'll grab another one, and then it doesn't end, and you have that gut check moment where you look down at the toilet paper in your hand and what's left on your roll, and you have that question: will there be enough? How am I going to get through this? Am I going to be safe?
To go through another roll?
No, I mean like when there's only a little bit left on the roll. Like, so instead of going to the garage to get a backup,
right? And
gotta have a proper.
Before you go, you think there'll be enough, right? You're like, oh well, yeah.
CCC says that's when it's time for a shower. Yeah, man, I wanted a laid back, like a legit chill stream. We could talk the upcoming baseball season. We could talk about what the NFL is going to do in the off season. If anybody wants to go back to college and increase their earning, but just like cool shit, I don't want to hear, unless it's my buddy Kevin and where he lives. I don't want to hear anything about the state of Colorado. I don't want to hear anything about a dude in Jersey in a Tesla.
Well, you heard that JT Colfax met with well, he didn't meet with, but he's seen the motorcade of Kamala Harris earlier in Denver, right?
I feel like any time that JT Colfax is around anything that matters, Inside Edition is bound to follow. So much like our old buddy on January 6th, I want to have plausible deniability, and I don't want to know a fucking thing about JT Colfax and Kamala Harris.
Right. So besides Angel Hernandez, who's the worst MLB umpire?
Tim McClellan.
Is he that bad?
I
thought you were going to say Joe West.
Joe West is I'm sorry, I meant Joe West. Tim McClellan's one of my favorites. I apologize, I got it wrong. Jim West is a dick.
See, Joe West is one of my favorites, so we're opposite, So.
Yep, I went into text Discord tonight, talked some shit with a couple of new people. We had a couple of good laughs. Ray, if you want to see some dudes playing their hearts out, I do enjoy the XFL, and one of my favorite things to do if anybody lives in like a smaller city, especially if you got kids. Major League Baseball is incredibly expensive. At $85 a ticket if there's 5 of you. If you find like a high A or double A team near you, you can typically get a family of 5 in there for like $75 total. So at $125, you can get drinks, hot dogs. They typically let the kids on the field and have a lot of fun. And you ever been to any minor league ball games, Ed?
I haven't. I've only been to a couple major league ball games here. I've seen the Astros play a couple times.
My dad made before he passed, he made an effort to. We wanted to get to all the major league stadiums. I think we got to like 19 of them or something like that, maybe 20. I'd have to sit down and count, but yeah, we went to Yankee Stadium, Shea Stadium, Fenway, in Baltimore. Why can't I think of the name of that stadium, Ed?
Camden Yards. Or
Camden Yards, thank you. Yeah, we got to see actually got to see Cal Ripken play. We've been to Turner Field, Joe Robbie or Pro Player, wherever it was that the Marlins played. I've been to Tropicana. We've been to the Astrodome. I've been to.
Oh, so this is before the Enron Center, which turned into the Minute Maid Park, right?
Yeah, we went to. I want to say we saw the Giants play at Candlestick Park. Did they used to play there before they went to the? Yep. Okay, yeah. This is probably back in like the, I don't know, maybe early to mid '90s. We saw the Royals play. Kansas City was a cool cool place. Baseball is for beta males, cheeky chops. You know what
So
else
that
is for
was the
beta?
old Yankee Stadium. In the old, and that was Shea. That wasn't City Field, right?
So I haven't been to the new Yankee Stadium. Well, so this Yankee Stadium is the third Yankee Stadium. There was an original, then the second one, now this new one. I've been to the. I don't know if I've been to the new one. I've been to the new one. I just don't know if I ever went there with Pop. Uh,
So
but yeah,
you
and then I've been
you were at Fenway before the monster seats, then,
uh,
if you're saying the
2000,
'90s.
maybe 2000 or 99 we went because it was. When did the Yankees lose four in a row to the Bo Sox? Was that 2003, 2004, something like that?
It should be '04.
Yeah, that was so. So it was probably 2000 because it wasn't the year they won. And I was actually at Game 6 in '96, which was pretty neat. That's when the Yankees they lost
Nice.
the first two games of the season to the Braves, like 14-2 and 11-1, and it looked like they were going to get swept. And then the Yankees peeled off four in a row to, that's when they went on the start of their dynasty.
Okay. Yep.
Pat Kahn says that baseball is a low testosterone game. What else? Let's see what we got. Got the Frontier League. That's the Baseball Frontier League's fucking dope, man. I would love to go to minor league game with Tech.
Right. Interesting fact. You know the Grant Roberts scandal, the Mets marijuana bong scandal
Yep.
in like 2000, 2001. I know the person who turned that in. I personally know her, the person who sold them out on that, who released that. What was it? Newsweek, I think.
I want to say that's correct.
Yeah. Yeah, I know her.
Well, that's yeah, man. We're sitting here on the precipice of spring. We get the extra hour sunlight next week, so golf is that's one of the things I enjoy. That's going to come back on the horizon. Outdoor eating downtown, all the fun shit. Little bit of hiking. I'm very excited to come out of the doldrum of this winter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I do think that. Do you feel a little bit of drama overload after the last 8 days?
Sure.
Me too, my man. Me too. I've actually had a fair amount of offline conversations with community members who all seem to kind of share that sentiment. And the funny thing is, it's like there's no way out of it. And I broke I broke that story, and I still haven't heard from a certain gentleman in the Southwest. I'm waiting for him to try to right the wrongs that he'd done. Warbot, did you not read what I just said? Let's see what Gremlin's got going. Gremlin's talking shit. Who was in chat of Chuckle Stream today? Right, you know what's crazy, Edward? We'll sit up here and have a conversation, and some of the times, the chat doesn't even realize that we're talking. It's basically just an AOL chat room above you and me having a conversation.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Who's your favorite pitcher to go and see?
I had a weird. So I had a couple when I was a kid. It was either David Cohn or Jack McDowell. Do you remember them?
I remember Cohn. Yeah.
David Cohn was incredible. Jack McDowell was he had 5 years. He played for the White Sox, not the Red Sox, the White Sox and the Yankees for a hot minute. Blackjack, Jack McDowell, he was absolutely incredible. Mo Rivera, he was pretty outstanding. I actually had a chance to. He filmed an instructional video in 2001, and he was trying to get loose, and it was at a baseball training facility that I worked at. So I got a chance to warm up Mo back in his prime. When he retired, it's one of the few times that I ever really I got emotional when Jeter left. And there were a couple of cool moments when you saw all the Red Sox fans tip their cap. Do you remember that commercial?
Yeah.
Thank you, Jared.
The same thing with Ortiz.
Right, and then you had Veritek and you had Kevin Youkilis and Paul O'Neill's one of my favorites. My favorite hitter of all time is probably Paul O'Neill.
Paul O'Neill's good. Yep.
I miss personalities in sports. I also miss sports before social media, when if you really wanted to be involved, you kind of had to do a little bit of work to find out anything that goes on behind the scenes regarding that.
Gary Sheffield was always one of my favorite hitters, I think.
Chef was it's weird, man. He was married to Holly Berry for a hot minute, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Chef was a guy, a court, and I don't know the guy, so I'm not going to pretend to know, but I heard that he wasn't exactly the hardest worker or the best teammate to have,
Well, yeah, probably not.
which is funny because, like, pure talent wise, the guy's probably one of the best to have ever done it.
Yeah.
Legitimately. Vic says he doesn't know much about sports. So that's okay, man. What do I think of the new pitch timer in baseball? I hate the pitch timer in baseball. Do you remember when Fox was covering hockey about 15 years ago, Ed?
Yep.
And they had that neon puck tracker.
Yeah.
There's certain things that they do that are just tacky, and I feel like sometimes. Go ahead.
Did you see that they ended a well, it was preseason anyway, spring training game, but literally they struck a guy out because he wasn't ready for the pitch in time and ended the game just recently.
Patcon says it will save the game. I know what he means. Sometimes the slowdowns, but just like having a clock, it's not football where there's a play cock. Play cock. There we go. That's flip that channel. I think that it should be up to the umpire's discretion. Just an umpire's job is to, basically police the game and run the game the way he sees fit or she sees fit. And I think they're starting to suck the humanity out of the game.
I think the dumbest thing was taking away the intentional walk too.
There was, I want to say it was Barry Bonds. Somebody one year they were throwing an intentional walk, and he just kind of stepped out and reached at it and slapped a double into like left center field, which
was that Bonds?
Maybe not.
I remember that happening. I don't remember it being Barry Bonds though.
That's
I know Cano used to have some bunt doubles.
Robbie Cano was when I played baseball, I used to, because I hit lefty. And a lot of times they would shift on me, like move. I was a big pull hitter, so they'd move everyone off to the right. And I would, on occasion, if it was open, I would just try to throw a drag bunt down the third baseline. And even my big husky ass could basically walk into first base.
Yep. Well, now the pitch clock back on also affects the hitter too. If the hitter's not ready within a certain second, then it's an automatic strike, which I think is ridiculous.
So Patcon says, I think when the timer goes off, the pitcher should get shot. You know what's crazy as well? No, Larp, I'm not left-handed. I just hit left-handed. I throw with my right. So no, it's weird. When I was a little kid, my dad, if anybody plays baseball, like your pull hand should be your dominant hand. So like if you're a right-handed hitter, typically you're supposed to pull through the zone. And
you were preparing to be a Yankee player, so you could hit home runs into the short porch and right.
That's pretty much what it was, man. Darryl Strawberry was incredible. So was Doc Gooden. Those were the cocaine cowboys of New York. Absolutely putting on a show for everybody.
Who's your favorite Mets player?
Larp, that's actually kind of me, brother. I can hit from the right side, not as good as left-handed though, but I throw right. Who would you say who's my favorite Mets player?
Yeah, I think Cliff Floyd was pretty good.
So I got a soft spot. Do you remember John Franco?
I do.
So I won when I was I might have been 13 years old. I won an award at John Franco. He used to run a baseball summer camp in Brooklyn, and I got to be a bat boy for a game at Shea, and that was back when Bobby Bonilla, Ricky Henderson, what was the catcher's name that Todd Hundley, Ray Ordonez. There was a pretty decent team, but John Franco is probably the one I have the biggest soft spot for. And then Benny Agbayani. It's kind of hard not to root for a fat guy.
I will tell you, CH, you asked this several times. I'm not going to get into drama here, but Sherry's story is nothing like this woman's story. Sherry acted nothing like this woman.
Tech said that it was Bonds, by the way.
Was it Bonds?
Yeah, he said it was Bonds.
Okay.
By the time the MLB All-Star Game comes around, all batters' internal clock will have adjusted to the pitch clock. I'm more interested to see who's able to use it and as an advantage first. They say that being a lefty is a telltale sign of being a homosexual. I've actually heard that. I think I've actually heard that, ex-husband. CH Edward.
Sherry never fucking told her story, CH. That's where you're mistaken. Sherry never told her story.
That's and that's where we're going today, huh? That's what we're doing.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, no, not
I'll
you,
just
Bubba.
ignore the chat.
I'm talking about him. CH, I don't want to block you, but if you could just kind of keep that chat for the other people's channels, I would be much much appreciated, CH. So sincerely, it's a black dude. That's all I know about CH. What's up, Christy? Speaking of Mexicans, who's your favorite Mexican ball player?
Um, Mexican or just Hispanic in general?
Well, no, I mean Dominican for me is going to be Pedro Martinez.
Yeah.
Puerto Rican for me is probably going to be either Jorge Posada or Bertie Williams. Fernando Valenzuela is probably my favorite Mexican ball player. Ozzie Guillen is my favorite from Venezuela. Did I lose you, Ed?
No, I'm still here. I don't know. Favorite Mexican ball player is probably where's Carlos Carrasco from?
I have no. I don't know where Carrasco's from, but yeah, I do. The World Baseball Classic was kind of fun. Are you a fight fan at all, Ed, or no?
Oh, a little bit, not really.
Oh, I saw Creed 3 to I think it was last night with my wife, maybe the night before. It was the night of the drama stream.
Oh, how was that?
It was and really quick, I did go to me and my wife and friends. We went to Curacao last spring. It's an island off the coast of Venezuela, and that's where Ozzy Albus is from. So he was. I got a. They don't speak Spanish in Curacao. They speak a language called Papamiento, but like most people speak Spanish, and it's a Dutch colony. So I got a chance to like meet some of the locals, and it's funny. I don't really smoke weed, but one of the couples that we were with, the guy definitely needed to get high, and so I had to like translate and speak to people in Venezuela to find marijuana, and they thought it was hilarious having a white guy. But nevertheless, so that's Ozzy Albus. Creed 3 was the kid Jonathan Majors who played I guess you'd call him the antagonist in the movie. He had a character arc that took 3 turns, and each time it took a turn, he was a more believable actor. Like, I'm really curious to see what this kid does in Hollywood, because Michael B. Jordan had a hard time sharing the screen with him.
Yeah. I'm spooked by CH's comment.
Oh.
Yeah.
CH, I don't know who you are, brother, but if you got even the slightest bit of respect from me, I just want to have a fun conversation. You're more than welcome to come up on panel. We could talk about whatever on life that you find interesting. Please, CH, if you have like an ounce of non-troll in your heart, can we please just chill tonight and all be cool?
I got mixed feelings about Jose Fernandez. Actually, like Jose Fernandez killed the 4 people in that boat. He killed them. It's really kind of sad that he cut his career short like that. But a lot of people see Jose Fernandez as, somebody who caused the death of 4 other people as well.
Was he the kid from the Miami Marlins that passed away?
Yeah.
And he killed 4 other people?
He wrecked his boat with 4 other people on it while he was high on cocaine.
I'm not quite sure how I missed that. That seems to be something that they very that seems to be. I had no idea. I just remember everybody was crying when he died. I do remember I was in New York when, was it Corey Lytle? Was that the pitcher that flew his plane into the building?
Sure was. Yep.
Fuck, that was it was funny too, because like post 9/11, never make light of that situation, but I know Aaliyah died in a plane crash shortly thereafter. Corey Lytle. Didn't Roy Halladay die in a plane crash?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
That's I feel like those kind of they took a little bit of a backseat. Us gays are big baseball fans. Yes, we are, Kurt's gay husband. We are incredibly big baseball fans. I'm going to drop the link real quick. I have a feeling that we're going to have to turn this thing towards movies and TV. We'll see, but hopefully maybe FCC can come up. Post in the comment. If anybody takes that comment seriously, just letting this. I feel like I'm a liberal cuck right now. I'm like, can we please make my chat a safe space? Dude, FCC is obviously drunk right now. What a dick. Gay ball. That's what Babs said. Babs, I met in the chat, but yeah, man, it's we're in that weird post. We're in that void right now. Like post Super Bowl, college football's over. Baseball has yet to start. Basketball and hockey kind of have really long regular seasons before they get interesting. Right. There's not a lot of shit right now to be entertained by.
No, there's not. What do you think about Jake Paul losing?
Actually, I watched that fight. You know, that's Tyson Fury's younger brother, right?
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, that's Tommy Fury, which is kind of crazy because Tyson Fury is like a Shrek-looking, bald, former 400-pound cokehead, hairy-shouldered freak, and Tommy Fury is like built like a Greek god and has a great head of hair. Like they don't even look like they share genetic material. But Tyson is 10 times the boxer that. Here's a fun fact: you know where Tyson Fury got his name from?
No.
He was born premature. His dad was a gypsy boxer, like a piker traveling boxer from Ireland or some shit like that. Right. And when he was born premature, the doctor said you might not want to try to save the baby because he's not going to make it. And according to the stories, Tyson Fury's father, he's like, not only is my son going to fucking live, you fucking cunt, but he's going to be the heavyweight champ of the world. And this was Tyson Fury's probably 34. So that would have made, and at the time, Iron Mike Tyson. So the heavyweight champion of the world right now was named after the heavyweight champion of the world. Pretty cool story.
Wow. Yeah.
That's, I do got to give Tech a little bit of, I told him that I didn't really see a way that Valentina Shevchenko was going to lose. And Tech in his palpable masculinity and, massive comprehension of sports, he bet, I think he bet against Valentina, who got choked out in, I want to say, the 4th round by Grasso, even though Valentina was dominating the fight. Hey, Red Hood's got a question.
Yes, I was. I hate Jake Paul, so yes, I was.
Why do you hate Jake Paul?
I just think he's a jackass, bro.
I think he's a brilliant self-promoter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's funny, man. Like everyone has their internet persona, their internet personality that they put on. And we watch wrestling, like, some guys have to go heel to be relevant, right?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
So, I mean, that's, I think that there's a pretty decent chance that Jake Paul is just a heel.
Yeah, probably.
You remember Chael Sonnen from the UFC?
Yeah.
Like when he's not playing that whole, like Anderson Silva, you absolutely suck. All that shit was fucking wild. But, outside the cage, he was calling other fighters' parents like Mr. and Mrs. Evans. The guy seems to be the guy knew how to market himself. He knew how to promote. And it's not like baseball where it's all performance based. In the fight game, you pay based on what you draw. And, Nick Diaz, I think, has won one fight since 2013, and he could still draw an audience because of what he's able to do.
Right.
My ex-gay husband says boxing is 100% scripted. The Fury family has a hell of a lot more money than the Paul family, although both are richer than hell. True, Kurt. True. Do you remember Billy Beatdown? Yes, that was hosted by Jason Mayhem Miller, who almost won the Strikeforce middleweight belt against Jake Shields, wasn't able to make it happen. Had a short stint in the UFC coaching the Ultimate Fighter opposite Michael Bisping. He got beat up pretty bad by Michael Bisping, had a long-standing beef with Nick Diaz. That fight never came to fruition. And then, unfortunately, Jason Mayhem Miller seemed to have lost the emotional battle to drugs and alcohol, and he has since been arrested, imprisoned, and, the joke of the media for the last 7-8 years. So I used to be one of Mayhem's monkeys. I used to be a big, big Mayhem Miller fan. And just so you know, that show, Tech, was completely scripted. Eddie Alvarez, Andre Arlovsky, Tony Bonello, Tyron Woodley. I'm trying to think who else. There were a bunch of guys that were like fighters would just make like $5,000 a show and beat up, but the bullies were all stuntmen. Like none of that shit was real. Yeah, Kurt. Yeah, my ex-gay husband. That's what I was saying. He took people hostage inside of a church, and then he got a domestic violence battery. And the guy is he's gone full on Gary Busey mode. Like the guy cannot seem to stay out of trouble. Chael Sonnen is undefeated, undisputed, never lost a round. He's the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. He's got the most charm, does the most harm with the biggest arms. When you're the greatest in the world, they got a name for you. They don't call you the greatest in the world. They call you Chael P. Sonnen. Shout out Chael. Yeah, Kurt, I'm actually, I got a little bit of a, if you're not going to come over as like troll mode, I have an MMA thing that I do online. If you hit me up on Instagram, I'll send you over there. You're more than welcome to come check it out. Tyron Woodley is from Missouri. That is right. He's Missouri's finest. It's so weird, man. When I say that I want to have a chill stream and not talk about drama, nobody really seems to have. I can't let you. So, Ed, do you know who Chael Sonnen is? Edward.
No, I don't think so.
So he's a UFC fighter. The guy is a great shit. He basically went to the Muhammad Ali school of shit talking. And they scripted a fight between him and this guy named Wanderlei Silva on the show The Ultimate Fighter. It's like a reality show where they try to, hype up new fighters. Mm-hmm. And he wound up getting a fake fist fight in flip flops, and his best line was, "I can't let you get close." Huh. Let me answer these, and then we'll get back to baseball. So Tyron, yep, he is from Missouri. Tyron Woodley's career ended I tell you what, ex-gay husband, people don't realize how old he was, man. He got knocked out by, I want to say it was like a spinning elbow by Nate Marquardt in Strikeforce in the last Strikeforce event ever. And he was a very unlikely rise to the top in the UFC. He had like a two or three year run, but he was already in his late 30s. I want to say Tyron is now 41. If you want to check that, that would be, well, yeah, I mean, his whole thing was fast twitch muscle fiber. The guy could close distance faster than anybody and put the lights out. But yeah, Kurt's gay husband, if you could just verify Tyron's age, I want to make sure I'm not lying. Where do you want to take the conversation, Edward?
Wherever you want to. And yeah, I just checked it as 41.
Yes, okay. I thought so, but I didn't want to like say he's 41 if he's 38. I thought he was 41.
He'll be 40. He'll be 42 next month. It looks like. Yep.
So apparently,
no, he'll be 41. He's 40 right now. He'll be 41.
Okay, I was close. Yeah, we got 561 Predator Hunter. He's a former cast member of The Ultimate Fighter. So if anyone's not subscribed to him, please make sure to go check out 561 Predator Hunter. I want to say the dude goes by the nickname Scrappy. I know that Decoy works with him. He's down in South Florida, like that Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, Miami area.
Okay.
Let's go back. Well, what do you want us to talk about, Kurt's gay husband? What do you want to talk about?
Lose his spot? He lost his number one spot? Oh, shit.
I like how you snuck that one in there, Ed. We can say no Colorado talk, but the Grifties need to be addressed.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Tech is spilling the deets. What do you mean he doesn't really do his due diligence? So, this one's a fun question. Ed, you know,
Rocky
go ahead,
Marciano.
That is ridiculously outlandish, Ed. I need you to never talk about boxing again. Rocky Marciano, I guess if you want to root for a white guy. So SEO Panther, that's tough because you got Wake.
I'm rooting for my hometown guy. I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts, which is where.
So is Mickey Ward from Brockton too, right?
Marvin Hagler.
Where's Mickey Ward from? Lowell. He's from Lowell, Massachusetts.
Lowell. Yeah, but
is that near Brockton?
It's close. It's not too far.
We got somebody. We got somebody in the chat.
I'm done. I'll stop. I'll stop. Ow! I'll stop. I'll stop. I'm done. I'm sorry. Just go. Go. I'm sorry.
Okay. There we
That's
there we
when
go.
Adam Neiman almost gave him a little stabbing.
Oh, I know who that was too. That's the funny part. You want to take a guess who that was, Ed?
I got no idea.
Oh. Tech called it. So boxers would come out, I would say I'd say in the heavyweight division. For like a 2-year window, I'd say Iron Mike is probably the most devastating of all time. I'd say for a 10-year career, probably Ali. Slightly under that, I'm going to say that Roy Jones Jr. in that like kind of cruiserweight division from super middleweight up to cruiserweight. Roy Jones Jr. was absolutely like when he was at the pinnacle, he was the best that there'd ever been. At like my favorite welterweight of all time, I hate that I'm going to say this, but Floyd Mayweather is the greatest of all time, especially in that like 140 to 154 weight class. But remove him because he's a piece of shit. I'm going to put my money on, not my money, but my favorite is probably Sugar Ray Leonard. And then rounding out down there in the bottom, I like Ortega and I like Manny Pacquiao. Those are, and then my gut, I have a man crush on Arturo Gatti. May he rest in peace. And, I always had, I think Sugar Shane Mosley might be the biggest example of non-realized potential that boxing has ever seen. Super sad. Super, super, super sad. Okay, we got one more. What's up, Damone?
Hey, what's up, everybody? Miss y'all.
How are things back at the ranch?
Well, they're fine for what it's worth. But how are all y'all? I missed y'all.
We're thriving over here, man. Nothing bad has happened at all in the last like 3 weeks. It's actually been way better since you left.
Oh well, in that case, I'll fuck right off then.
No. We want you to stay around because when you stay here, we feel better about ourselves.
Was that a compliment? Was that a compliment or?
I mean, it really depends on how you want to take it. Because at the end of the day, you were a refugee, which makes you less than a citizen. You kind of like one of those migrant farmers where like we're happy to have you around as long as you're serving an essential function.
What am I, like 2/5 human or something? Is that the kind of logic we're using? Or?
I mean, it depends what crops are in season at the current moment, Damone. I mean, if we got strawberries to pick, then of course you're going to be like a member of the family. But if if times are tough, you're going to have to figure things out on your own. That's the way of the world in capitalism.
Well, I don't do much capitalism. I've spent considerable amount of time under Tom, and we practice a form of democratic socialism, and which is communism, but we don't use that word. Yeah, so I don't do much capitalism, so we have a bit of an issue there.
Well, I tell you what, man, it's I don't know if you've ever seen The Matrix, but we typically have a rule where when someone reaches a certain age, we don't try to reteach them because the mind can't handle it. And if you haven't learned it by now, I just think maybe like a Viking funeral and a bottle of Ambien might be the best way to go about things.
Well, I know a particular person who enjoys Ambien, but we're not going to talk about that individual. And as for what else did you say? The Ambien?
A Viking funeral.
Well, Viking funeral.
Do you know what a Viking funeral is?
No, not really. I've
It's
been
when
away from this community for a hell of a long time. I've forgotten my own name sometimes. I literally woke up one morning and I asked my wife, "What's my name?" She said, "Damone."
A Viking funeral is when they send someone out like on an ice block or a raft and set it on fire once it's out on the water. That's a Viking funeral.
Oh, That's what it was. All right, I understand now. What's going on, Ed? I haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, what's up, Damone? How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. How's our buddy Tom doing?
I guess everything's all good. Well, you should know better than me, right? You're back at the ranch.
Oh right, I forgot. Fuck. I mean, it must be all the weird substance. Like they're feeding me through an IV tube. It says like AMB E. I don't know what that spells. They have me on something.
Oh, yeah. You're doing a
Whatever
lot
it
of
is.
sleeping, huh?
Yeah, lots of sleeping. It's I forgot how nice this ranch used to be. I actually did see The Matrix, and you know what they say, ignorance is bliss. You know,
Why did you leave me for Tom, Damone?
because Tom was there when I needed him the most, and he will continue to be there. He is the answer to all of my questions.
I need you to
And
say because he's your friend. Why did you leave me for? Why did you leave for Tom?
because he's my friend.
So was I.
Well, fuck. How do you expect me to choose? This is my first friend. There's nothing like your first friend.
I can't go
And
down.
Edward,
this-
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Edward, but that's just how it has to be.
Dude, you left, and then bad guy left, and then there was this weird lady named Daisy Doom, and then there were go karts with salad dressing, and then Ryan and this soccer fan guy who, he's a smart guy but has trouble walking around. Got in a fight with a weird dude who does stuff with cats. It's been a lot, Damone. I can't do it without you anymore.
Well, I couldn't do it without the bad guy, and he fucking left me. So I don't know, not in the business of getting new best friends. I'm
Hey,
all
well,
alone.
find Tom. Tom could be your best friend.
He's more like never mind. uh, he's more like a father figure, not a friend. And that would make annoyed my my de facto brother, which is a personal hell for me, but I won't get into that. Um, yeah. But anyway, despite me pretty much talking shit about Tom for the past 5 minutes, I love CPP, and I wouldn't change a damn thing.
What do you think about Red Hood?
See, the moment I come back, the guy stops impersonating me, and the moment I leave, he keeps impersonating me. I'm like, the fuck? Like he just won't let me breathe. He just won't let me fucking disappear into the void. Like I always need to fucking be kept alive somehow, and I just want to disappear. And this motherfucker won't let me.
Well, what and bravo for the impersonation of Damone. But if you were to talk to, I know that you're friendly with Red Hood offline. Does he like any sports besides soccer?
I,
Okay, do you feel comfortable?
I'm sorry. Repeat that question.
I said, do you know if Red Hood likes any sports besides soccer, Damone?
I don't know the guy.
Well, what would you say just by what you think about him?
I'd say no. I think he's pretty single-minded.
That's Kurt says Cap could do a white guy impression. Oh wait. What's up, Red? You want to talk any sports or cinema? We were actually gonna kind of morph over to that way. Do you want to hang out for that, or not your jam?
I mean, I don't. Let me fix my voice real quick.
I saw a great YouTube short, and it was Matt Damon. Have you ever seen The Departed?
That's one I haven't seen. The
That's
Departed.
that's a movie that you have to see. Is that a Martin Scorsese film, Ed?
It is, yeah.
And
Yep.
there's a great scene where Jack Nicholson shoots a woman in the back of the head, and it's like 15 years later, Matt Damon's talking about it, and he's like, Jack's reading through the script, and it says Frank Costello shoots man in the back of the head, and Jack says, I think I could make this better. And they said, what? He goes, make it a woman. So they do. He goes, and he's like, all right, if you leave the cameras rolling, what you could do. And then he shoots her, she goes down sideways, and he goes, she fell funny. And which is like a really sadistic thing to say, that's what you take away
Right.
from a woman getting shot. And then he says, but if you keep the cameras rolling, I can turn over to Lou and say, and Lou starts chopping her up. He goes, I want to fuck her one more time. And then he's like, what are you talking? And he goes, if you leave the cameras rolling, I look at Lou and I go, ah. And it was watching Matt Damon recall what Jack Nicholson did with it was a cutaway scene. Like, it wasn't even an actual movie script scene. It was just kind of neat anytime I get to see the internal process on what these guys go through to make a scene incredible.
Well, I'll have to watch that.
Are you familiar
Matt
with the
Damon.
film or no?
No, I heard about it definitely, but I just haven't gotten around to watch it.
It's Leo
Okay.
DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Jack Nicholson.
Martin Sheen.
I was going to say Charlie Sheen's dad. I couldn't remember his name for a second. Charlie Sheen. Anthony Anderson is in that. The woman is the woman from all the. There's like a horror franchise. What's that horror franchise where they Annabelle and yeah, thank you. Yes, thank you. And I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I haven't seen the movie in probably a decade, but Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin, yeah.
That's
the. Yeah, freaking. Oh yeah, I know. I definitely heard about it. Like that conglomeration. I didn't know that many actors were. I heard Jack Nicholson and Matt Damon, obviously, was in it.
Well, it's. I think that it's cool that you're really just giving Damone the space to disappear into the void that he requested. That's
He didn't request. He didn't request anything. I mean, I haven't talked to the guy since he up and left. Like, he just disappeared, and like, I think he deleted his fucking Instagram. So did Bad Guy. He deleted his shit, or I blocked him. I don't know. Like, I can't even fucking remember. But I think Damone definitely did delete his Instagram.
Why would you block Bad Guy?
I don't know.
Never blocked anybody on Instagram. Yeah, Bad Guy. I didn't like the way shit went down, like in the public courts there. People forget there's real human beings attached to the names, but whatever. No drama tonight. I miss Bad Guy. I miss Damone.
There's another stream going on at this very moment. But I think I'd just rather be here. If I'm not gonna be on a. Yeah, I think I'd just rather be here.
What other stream is going on?
I think Ryan's making one, about the obvious subject. I'd rather not. Just
You've had yourself.
I'm tired of it. Seriously, it's whatever at this point, So I'm just gonna fucking stick around here.
Hey, Warbot, if you can send that to me on IG, Warbot, I won't remember it, but if you send that on IG, I definitely want to check it out. Oh, we got Constantine in the house. Maybe Constantine will come up. Yeah, man, you don't got to go over there if you don't want to. You're more than welcome to hang out over here.
I was on a film like this past week, and I was on a film set. It's like a student film, but it's a set nonetheless. And I was in charge of the like sound monitoring, like the sound mixing.
Okay.
Yeah, like when they yelled, the process, like camera, they say rolling, and then they say sound, and then I have to say rolling. I have to pay attention to the levels and shit.
I saw the did you hear about the film that just came out called Babylon with Brad Pitt? It was about like the silent movies transitioning into sound films.
I saw Tobey Maguire was in it, and that's about it. That's as much as I know about
Tobey Maguire had like a fucking 8-minute cameo as a psychotic weirdo, man. It wasn't even. It wasn't a Tobey Maguire film, but it was just so strange. It was a huge budget film.
I just heard that it lost money. That's all I heard about it. I heard that
and who's the girl who played Harley Quinn?
Margot Robbie.
She was the ingenue in the film, and she played great, but just the dialogue led nowhere. The effects weren't phenomenal.
I haven't
It
seen
does.
it, so it's like I heard that it lost money. So like it's like you're making abstract art and then you just throw a bunch of paint at the wall with like the most glittery colors and shit, expecting people to come see it, but it's literally just like if it's a financial failure, it's for a reason. If no one went to see it, it's for a reason, and that reason is that like the big quote unquote Hollywood stars no longer have that pull.
There are no more Hollywood stars, bro.
Well, right,
There's
yeah.
actors. I mean, name one actor right now that's extremely relevant. Actor, not a star. Name an actor.
Tom Cruise.
I wouldn't call him an actor.
I mean, he's the only one that actually fucking cares about the product that he's making, and he isn't in it to spread some sort of fucking political message. He's in it to serve the fans of the original Top Gun, and I think he's the reason. I haven't seen any of the Mission Impossible movies, but I think he's the reason that I'm gonna start pretty soon before this new one comes out.
When I say actors, I'm talking like Kevin Spacey, Christopher Walken, Willem Dafoe, Russell Crowe. Like there were guys who didn't need, like Russell Crowe didn't need Gladiator to be amazing. He was in Body of Lies. Like, guys who can carry like a quiet film noir, just dialogue driven film. We don't really have many of those guys anymore, man.
No, yeah, you're right. I mean,
That's what I meant. I should have said like we have movie stars now. We don't really have actors anymore. Like
right.
masters of the craft.
Yeah, those are fading, and they're in place of. I mean, I see hope in fucking what's his name, Michael B. Jordan. I think the guy's fantastic. I didn't see Creed 3 yet, so no spoilers.
So
But,
no spoilers, but I will tell you this: Michael B. Jordan can't share the screen with Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors, he made me painfully aware of how much less of an actor Michael B. Jordan is than Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors is better than Michael B. Jordan, in your opinion?
I don't know if you caught the beginning part of the stream. Me and Ed were actually talking about it. He did 3 character arcs in the movie, and each one was more believable than the next. And yeah, it was. I was literally caught off guard because I hadn't really seen him in anything, and I know he plays Kang in the Ant-Man. I haven't seen that yet, but Jonathan Majors absolutely blew my socks off.
Oh yeah, I've heard good things about him. I mean, in terms of Marvel, I haven't seen anything since Endgame. I've only seen the Spider-Man movies because that's all I care about. The draw just isn't there for me anymore. But I hear he is really good as Kang. But like, I'm glad that there's this opportunity to see him somewhere else that has nothing to do with fucking Marvel and how saturated the product is.
Kurt's gay husband has a great lot. Yes, I would call Christian Bale an actor. Kurt's gay husband. I don't think that there's any way one could possibly argue that. You like Christian Bale, Red?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I think so.
What's your favorite Christian Bale? I mean, I love The Dark Knight just because I'm a fucking Batman nut, but he's been in Tom Hardy. I would say Tom Hardy's an actor as well.
Right.
Shia LaBeouf and did you see Fury, Red?
Fury. Oh, like that war movie?
The tank movie with Brad Pitt and yeah.
Oh, that one. I think I saw it. Yeah, like I just saw Shia LaBeouf in a fucking tank, and I was like,
it was
shit.
Josh Bernthal.
Yeah, Punisher.
the Punisher, Shane from The Walking Dead. Those guys were. It was Josh Bernthal, Shia LaBeouf, Brad Pitt, and Shia LaBeouf. It was that Brad Pitt's another guy too, man. There's like certain movies that guy shows up in, and he's absolutely fucking incredible.
Uh,
Um,
my favorite performance from Brad Pitt, Achilles.
in Troy,
Yeah, that's my favorite.
who was it? David Bana played Hector.
Eric Bana.
Eric
Those
Bana.
three
Oh,
were the stars. Yeah, Eric Bana, the Hulk.
right. Well, the pre Hulk, the
Yeah,
pre Hulk,
yeah,
pre Edward, pre Mark Ruffalo, pre Edward Norton,
Yeah,
post Lou Ferrigno.
right.
That was my favorite Brad Pitt performance. And you know what's funny? I think back and his performance wasn't great, but Inglorious Bastards holds an incredible place in my heart.
Oh yeah.
Have you
The
seen that? It's
yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I saw him in it.
let's see what Big Dickhead says. I miss the old school peeps. Denzel was an actor.
Oh, Christ, Denzel.
What's that?
No, I was like Christ, Denzel. I mean, yeah, Denzel's like fucking like God.
He did a film that I was one of his sleeper films that I love the most was called John Q. Have you ever seen or heard of it?
Oh God, I've just saw that movie. That was really good.
That
John
was
Q.
it's funny too because that was Eric from Entourage before he got the show Entourage. That was his kind of breakout film, and I would say
Oh, so
Ralph Fiennes. Go ahead.
like, wait, when did John? I saw it. When did John Q come out?
I want to say maybe 2000.
That was before Training Day.
I mean, you can
Wait, that was Denzel's breakout. That was Denzel's breakout role.
no. I said Eric, the kid from Entourage, Eric E. Conley, I think his name was. No, Denzel's been around since probably the late '80s, man.
Oh, yeah, no, I was gonna say like what?
No, I just mean everybody talks about Training Day. Even the Equalizer, he had a couple of monologues in the Equalizer that just really carried the film through. Um, I think Denzel is kind of like what Liam Neeson wants to be. Does Ray read trivia questions as a hobby? No, sir. 12 Monkeys was another phenomenal one. That's where Brad Pitt shaved his head. He also did a movie with Morgan Freeman and Gwyneth
Seven.
Paltrow. Seven, thank you. That was an incredible movie. Snatch, that was a Guy Ritchie film. That was absolutely fucking incredible. Yeah, man, I feel like we don't have great movies anymore. Like now it's like Avatar 2, The Way of Water. I'm assuming you saw that.
I didn't even see the first one.
Did you see the second one or no?
No, I haven't seen the first. Like,
It was like visually, aesthetically, it was impeccable. I mean, second to none. But like the storyline, I don't really remember. I don't know. I feel like dialogue has lost its way in film, my man.
I mean, dialogue, and then just the pure element of escapism, and this whole. I mean, you're gonna hear me harp on about fucking political shit, but it's like,
Can you define escapism for me? I'm not familiar with the term.
I need an example. I mean, I can try and illustrate what I'm trying to say with an example. Like any given person, a guy, a man, woman, a kid, a young kid, you've wrapped up college for the day, you finished a long shift, hard day at work. You come home, you turn on your TV to watch something, to just get away, to just escape for like 2, maybe 3 hours. The last thing you want to do is turn on your TV and have the actors preach to you about some political topic that you couldn't give two shits about, and preach to you via their characters that they're portraying about how you, the audience, are pieces of shit because of how you live your lives, instead of just being able to like, you don't come out of watching Terminator and feel like you wasted your time and feel like you've been preached to. You come out you come out of the new Charlie's Angels movie by fucking Elizabeth Banks feeling like you've just been preached to. Uh, it's just the loss of integrity at just like they forget that their jobs as actors are to just entertain at the end of the day. And they allow, whether it's at the request of their companies or through their own, you know, pulling of the strings, they allow their own political agendas to seep into what they're creating, and it comes off as forced, comes off very unwanted, and it's not pleasant to watch.
Did you see the new Toy Story by any chance, or the Buzz Lightyear film?
The Buzz Lightyear one, no.
So the Buzz Lightyear movie, Tim Allen was the original voice of Buzz Lightyear in the Pixar film, and because of his well-known conservative ties, they decided to recast Tim Allen with Chris Evans.
Yeah.
And then
I
they
don't-
they pinned in like a same-sex marriage just for, if it's
Right.
not pertinent to the storyline, I don't get it.
I don't think you were. I don't think you were. I think I might have mentioned this. I think you remember. Like, did I mention the bit about how, like, during my screenwriting class, there was this chick who wrote in like this random throwaway character as non-binary? Or I don't think so. Let me explain it again. So I was in class, right? This this chick, she writes in her script. She's reading her script out loud, right? She says, Annie goes over to the bar. The bartender, in quotes, non-binary, and da 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 da. I fucking forgot. And then the teacher is like, what non-binary? What is that important, or is that? And then she's like, oh, well, it's important to me. And then the teacher, rightly so, he was like, you got to remember that the people who are watching your movie aren't reading the script. So if it's not important for you to put that in there, like, it shouldn't be in there. And not because the guy's like some homophobe or some transphobe or whatever it may be. It's just because, rightly so, if it's not important, it doesn't have to be in there. So
Have you seen the Shawshank Redemption, Red?
yeah.
So it's actually a Stephen King short book called a novella, which he used to do a bunch of. And Red was actually an Irish guy, which means that the character Red, according to Stephen King, was supposed to be a red-haired, freckled-faced Irish guy.
And instead he's yeah, he's
Morgan Freeman played the
Yeah.
shit out of it, and Stephen King didn't give a fuck. But yeah, I just think it's you don't write the role for the actor, you find the right actor for the role.
right. And he could have easily, again, at the same time, he could have easily cast some fucking red-haired guy to play the role, and if he was right for the
I don't know,
job.
man. I can't imagine Bill Burr playing Red in the Shawshank Redemption.
No, I mean now, because it's been done, because it's been done first. I mean, it's like, so like there's certain characters who, like, say like in some superhero shows, like I had no idea that. So like, for instance, in the Flash TV show, his girlfriend, his wife, is African American, and that's what I first saw. And to my shock, like a few years down the line, I found out that she was originally white in the comics. So I had no idea. Uh, there is such a thing as just people being better for the role, and then fucking whoever decided to cast Morgan Freeman, I guess it was the right call. I mean, if it was done in the name of choosing the best person for their job, then I can't really fault them for that.
Do you know who was originally supposed to play Neo in the Matrix?
Fucking God. I knew who I had that shit somewhere in my mind. Who was it?
I'll give you a hint. Keep his name out of your fucking mouth.
No way. Will Smith?
Yeah, he was cast and he turned it down for Men in Black.
I mean, Men in Black, I mean, it was good, but I mean, it wasn't as fucking groundbreaking as The Matrix.
I just find it funny that I just find it funny sometimes that there's a thing called the movies that made us. I think I want to say it was called the movies that made us on Netflix, and I can't think in the last 5. You're what are you? 22, 21?
22.
There was when I was younger than you, there was a movie called American Pie that came out. And I guess like the generation before me, it would have been Porky's or Animal House. Like we had these really cool coming of age films when like, you know, right at the tail end of puberty, it kind of helped usher you into manhood and, you know, fill in some of the voids and answer the, and like you said, there was escapism. There was no preaching. You know, now with the whole Me Too movement, you know, sex when you're 17, 18, 19, it's weird, it's fucking cumbersome, it's awkward. We're all trying to figure out the right way to do it. And I think that film and TV did a much better job back then of mimicking real life or just making things seem legitimate.
Right. And nowadays it's just like a false imitation. Like it's like this like you have to call it out, like, you know, like, you know, people complain like, oh, why are you bitching and moaning about everything you watch? I mean, it's not bitching and moaning. It's like, you know, they like the injections of these new ideologies are thrown into it little by little in such a way that the average, you know, Joe won't pick it up. But then you have to pay attention. Like how many movies today show like the complete family, the mother, the father, the child that isn't rebellious? How many how many movies today show that compact, you know, American family? I mean, fucking living in America, like let's just say how it is, American family.
It's
Mostly none.
you know, it's funny too. There's actors that I truly enjoy that I have less of I have a, so Breaking Bad is one of my favorite TV series of all time. And that's that weird middle ground, like the Netflix HBO. You know, HBO kind of paved the way for like 45-minute television series without commercials. But what I was gonna say is, who plays Jesse Pinkman? What's his name?
Aaron Paul.
You know, he's like a staunch lefty liberal blowhard.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you knew this?
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, I was also gonna say that like there's like people there, thankfully, like thank God, there's people who are fucking ultra lefties, but then at the same time they don't, like, they keep that out of their work. Like like J.K. Rowling, for instance, like she's a fucking ultra lefty, but then the only thing she doesn't agree with is that men can be women and women can be men. That's the only thing she doesn't agree with, and for that, the left have decided to lynch her into oblivion.
Didn't they call? Isn't that term
But
like a TERF? A
right,
trans
it's a
exclusionary radical feminist?
trans exclusionary radical fem. Right, yeah, right.
I'm not making that up, right?
Something
That's a
along
real
those
thing.
lines. Just that one thing. I think so. I've heard it
Well,
before. It's that one thing she doesn't agree with. That one thing that.
Dude, honestly, like when the actors get, it's I say it now, our politicians are personalities and our actors are politicians. You know, like AOC and Lori Lightfoot, I see them more on social media, and Sean Penn and other actors, I hear them.
True.
I see them more like playing in the political arena, which is like, I don't know why. Did you ever see when Ricky Gervais did the, I want to say it was the Emmys, if somebody in the chat can correct me if I'm wrong, and he basically went on 11-minute roasting. You know what I'm talking about?
No, yeah, he told everyone to fucking accept your award, don't fucking preach to the average person, and then get the fuck off stage. Because rightly so, like, don't fucking preach to people. I mean, Ricky Gervais and then fucking Friggin' Sean Penn. What the fuck is Sean Penn doing interviewing El Chapo? Like, what the fuck? Like, that was just the most random thing in the fucking world. Like, what is Sean Penn doing interviewing El Chapo?
Being being famous does not make you smart.
I mean,
That
I don't know. And then freaking with Kate Del Castillo, smuggling themselves into Mexico to fucking meet El Chapo. Like come on, dude. And then the Sean Penn fucking gonna fly into ground zero of Ukraine mid-war, and I'm like, dude, like you gotta chill with that, bro. It's like, what documentary? Like, no documentary can be worth your life.
I mean, you saw what they did to Chris Pratt, right? They tried to rewrite Star-Lord as pansexual in the new film just to punish him for being a member of a Christian church.
That's in the comic. In the comic, they kind of tried to feminize Star-Lord. But yeah, I mean, yeah, people hate Chris Pratt is one of maybe my favorite actor today. I mean, he's I personally love the guy. He's been hounded so many times for his just beliefs, and he doesn't tout them. He just doesn't. He
He
doesn't.
doesn't kowtow.
Right. He doesn't shout his beliefs out. He doesn't. He's mostly apolitical. And he keeps his politics out of movies, and then it's just the added salt in the wound that his politics just so happen not to align with the powers that be, and that's why they've chosen to fucking go after him. But the more he doesn't give a fuck, the more I like the guy. In Terminalist, his new show about a war vet, I think he was amazing. Like, he's a comedic guy. Like, his roles are comedic, but then that one serious role that he had, like super dark, super gritty, I think he killed it.
He was I had this guilty pleasure thing during COVID. He did have you seen the Tomorrow War?
Oh yes.
That's one of those, like, I'm almost embarrassed to admit that I really enjoyed it, but I really liked that film.
I'm not. It's not the most groundbreaking show. It's like not the most groundbreaking fucking plot in the world. But it's a movie I've thoroughly enjoyed watching, and no fucking preachy message, no stupid propaganda of any kind. It's just a fucking entertainment. What was it? 90 minutes? Maybe an hour, like 2 hours, maybe 2 hours of just fucking turn my brain off. Dumb plot line, maybe, whatever the fuck. I don't give a shit. It's Chris Pratt shooting aliens. Fuck me. That's all
Escapism.
I have. Escapism, pretty much.
I did see. Did you happen to see Cocaine Bear yet?
Oh no, I did not see Cocaine. I mean, given the recent events in this hellhole, like my aversion to even the word cocaine, so it might take me a while to see that film, but I'm looking forward to when I finally do.
It was Cocaine Bear was the perfect. It's everything that Sharknado wanted to be, because it took the dialogue and the sequences seriously, but the film never took itself too seriously. And it was kind of, Tarantino did Death Race and what was Grindhouse? Do you remember?
Grindhouse, yeah, I haven't seen Grindhouse.
They did like this two like 70s throwback horror films, where like that film never took itself too seriously. Like, it knew what it was, but Ray Liotta gave his farewell performance in Cocaine Bear before he ultimately passed away. I had a great time watching that film, and I'm kind of curious if there's even Death Proof. Thank you, not Death Race. Thank you. It's Death Proof. You should put that on your. It's Kurt Russell. If you have a chance to put that on their hood, you might want to take a peek at that. But and it's funny, man. I can almost. It's funny. I said we're not going to talk any community stuff, but with some of the catching sometimes. I almost feel like people have gone away from like the grittiness of the content is compelling enough in what the catchers do that I don't think it has to be theatrical. And I know there's certain catchers that you're not particularly fond of right now. I don't want to. I mean, it's Ghost, whatever. Nobody cares. We got 38 people listening.
I mean, plenty of others that I'm not particularly fond of, but I mean, it's like it's whatever. I mean, it's the. I mean, it's like they're not putting on the situation. You got to take into consideration what people are actually watching. At the end of the day, you are watching live as someone's life crumbles before your eyes and before their own eyes, and the impact of that situation that it has on you as the viewer, and the what you can infer will be the impact on that person and everyone around that person. You could almost I'm not trying to say you can identify with the Pred because that's ridiculous, but you can, like, for me at least, I always get the sensation like, holy shit, like, so, like, every time, like, when I went on to Texas, when I got on that Greyhound bus, I always looked outside and I saw just a bunch of darkness, trees, creepy forests passing me by while I'm safe inside this bus. And I always think to myself, just to creep myself out, I'm like, what if I was alone over there? And then this bus just passes me by and I'm just stuck here alone, like with no way to get out, no way to get home. Um, and I asked myself that very question, like, what if that was me? Like, what if that was my life being ripped apart, torn apart before my eyes? That's what draws people in. The fact that you're watching someone's very, like, their life get torn apart at the seams. That's what's alluring to people. And you could call it savage, but I mean, that's just human nature. As humans, we like to watch uh, other people's lives fall apart. That's just how it is. And and the fact that they're predators just justifies that otherwise kind of cruel desire.
There
But
was
that's just how I.
the last guy that I wound up exposing, the kid with no shirt on. I remember that when he says like this has been hard for me, and I thought he was going to talk about finding minors attractive, and he basically came out with the idea that I like, and then he says my sexuality, and I saw the shame in his eyes. It kind of humanized the guy in a way that I'm like, fuck, dude, like what you did tonight is absolutely terrible, but you're 32 and you buried repressed homosexuality under heroin abuse and fucking self-loathing. It's I've gotten a little bit of flack for some people are just out for blood, like the interviews and the content from any catcher that does it. Musa is not very theatrical, but I just I don't like the river shit or the impaling one's anus on a fucking fire hydrant.
No
What?
one likes that. No one likes that.
Lots of people like it, bro.
I
Bro,
mean, well, yeah, people like it. Yeah, you're right. But then, in terms of like when you get past that 2 second fucking, ha ha ha, he fell in the river, you can be like, oh shit, yeah, it's gonna fuck over everyone else who's doing it right.
like, dude, that interview that I had with that kid, and I've only done a couple. I thought the interview was incredibly well done, but PvP 150 fiber pred, like mine's already come and gone, and it hasn't picked up a single view since I aired it live. But PvP fit 150 fiber pred who jumps his car over a stand and screams out, "I came here because I had to poop." It's it,
Was that the
What's
guy
that?
that was that the guy that is that the same guy I'm talking, like the guy who like looked super tweaked out and like busted his car on like that
Yeah,
that
that's
right?
FiberPred. That's FiberPred. I
Oh,
mean, it's
okay.
one of I don't get me wrong, dude. Like I enjoyed watching a tweaked out, meth addicted person coming to victimize a kid. Like I get it. Like it's wildly entertaining, but you know the things that I enjoy more. I don't know if you ever seen The Mentalist, but I like the more in depth perception into. It's kind of one of the reasons I like Alex. Is there anybody else that you are fond of besides Alex?
Hold on, I'm using the bathroom.
Oh, I shit on live this morning. Let's see, we're in the chat. Tombstone's fucking incredible. So whoever mentioned Tombstone, that goes without saying. The Hateful Eight is fucking amazing. The Magnificent Seven, even the remake with Denzel was phenomenal. Samuel L. Jackson is a guy with range. Yes, make sure to sub to PvP. And if you're not, go check him out on Odyssey. Um, there's a theme today with pooping.
Okay, I'm out of there.
It's all right, man.
So what was your question?
Uh, like I know that you got ties with Alex. Like, is there another like who else do you appreciate the way that they do it?
God, I'm trying to make a mental list of. Oh, like in terms of strictly appreciating the way that they do it, uh, pretty much anyone that isn't, uh, I don't necessarily have to be cool or friends with the individuals, but I mean, I appreciate how PP Mass does it. I appreciate how, pretty much, I appreciate how everyone whose name isn't Tommy Fellows does it. Uh, or Rami El Dali.
You like Dap?
I mean, nah, I don't like that. They fucking the whole gun shit. Like, I was like, nah.
You like Shafiq?
Oh yeah,
Um,
I watch him here and there, but like the times that I've watched him, he's been fucking decent. Especially the ones he did with Cam, and obviously Cam, fucking hell, holy shit, yeah, yeah. I mean, I was on a catch with him too, so the only downside to the catch I did with Cam was the fact that they fucking the police pretty much lied to us, and they wound up taking Cam's phone.
oh no, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
That's Ray is definitely still gay. Kurt's husband. Ray is definitely still gay. 100% confirmed. Yes,
Well,
go ahead, Red.
no, I'm currently not in front of my monitor. I have my headsets on Bluetooth. Like I can't read what people are saying. So
Oh, Kurt's gay husband said, I like Alex, Cam, and believe it or not, ellipses, Ray. Ray's still gay though. Uh, and then he said CC Unit was, but he's been falling off the wagon lately. Dude, some of like I try not to like I don't like storming the castle Frankenstein with people with the fucking the torches and the pitchforks, but
but did you
like
see what he did today?
I did.
I mean, the guy's a fucking he's a fucking douche canoe. I mean, so in the history of mankind, no parent has ever tried to defend their offspring, no matter what they have done. I'm pretty sure fucking Lionel Dahmer cried and wept at the thought of his son Jeffrey having killed a bunch of people and going to jail for the rest of his life. But Ghost doesn't seem to comprehend. I mean, literally, if that was me, I'd try. Like, I'd be irritated, obviously, but then I wouldn't fucking lose my shit because at the end of the day, I'd understand that it's a mother worrying about her child. I mean, she has no idea what the fuck is happening. I could be some, murderer. I could be some guy out to jump her son, and she doesn't know that. She's unaware. Like there's so much missing information that Ghost could have easily provided her. But instead he wants to, act like a bitch, and he wants to, yell at this mother who And then he tries to villainize her instead of humanizing her, saying like, "Oh, she's defending him. She's defending him." When in actual fact, she's completely misinformed. She doesn't know what's going on. As far as she can tell, you're some fucking nobody who's out to get her son. Yeah, I mean, the guy's a fucking dickwad. There's better ways to handle it, and that wasn't it.
Yeah. Did you see the one where Cam? I was with Cam, and we got the guy with his dad
I think I did. Yeah.
in front of the apartment door. Like
I
the guy's
think-
dad.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, Wilford Brimley let himself go." That dad basically he was heartbroken, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching the dad just melt in front of me, and people in the chat were like, "Dad seems like a pedo too," and I'm like, "Where on earth did you come up with the intonation that the dad's a pedo?"
People say, it's the stupidest shit sometimes, but then to be fair, that wasn't your fault. It's just people being retarded.
Well, I'm just when I went back and watched the live because I like to, I want to see what the people say during the live, and people were like, "Dad seems like a pedo. Dad's definitely in on it," and I'm like, "Are you watching the same thing that I'm filming?" Because
They're not.
Okay.
No, I mean, like, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like they're not. They're choosing what to watch and what to take away. I mean, that's how I mean, I don't know. They're saying shit like, "Oh, that sounds like a pedo," and now that comes with context clues. That comes with paying attention to the catch. The catch that Alex did in Hawaii, where the guy's dad was saying some super sus shit, then I'd understand why,
Oh, 100%. I watched that catch. That was the one after Josiah.
Right, yeah, the one after Josiah, like the guy's dad was saying like super sus shit, and then I could understand like, oh, the dad's a predator too. That I can understand, but then your catch, I don't know why.
No, the dad actually, when he said, "Young man, can I talk to you off camera?" and I walked over and I got shit on a little bit for like I don't record the interactions with the parents, which is I'm actually interested because of the way that you see some of the things. Do you support the fact that I give them the private conversation, or do you think everything needs to be documented?
I'd say everything needs to be documented, but then since we're talking the parents only, and the parents aren't the subject of the exposure, then I guess you get a pass. I mean, because it's not anything you're omitting that directly ties into the pred. It's like you're having a private conversation. I'm sure Alex has had tons of fucking private conversations with the Pred's family members or whoever the fuck it may be that he just doesn't air live or he mutes it. It's just no big deal. But then omitting shit directly of the Pred himself, then yeah, that's a little uncalled for.
I mean, theoretically, I'm not calling you a pred, but if you were a pred and you got exposed and your mom was there, like, do you think your mom has any reason to be on camera? She
has no reason to be on camera.
And that's why I like when the dad came out of the apartment that one night, there's nothing we could do. Cam and I had some differences of opinion. Like, I remember he had the guy's Facebook on the live, and Tommy doxes the shit out of it. That's what I'm saying too. There's no right and wrong way. I know the things that I feel good about doing, and I won't give out the Predator's name on the live. Speaking of, I got something in a Gilded today. Did you hear that somebody exposed the wrong guy and the guy got murdered because of it?
This is the first time I'm hearing about it. What the fuck?
So seriously? I'm in a Gilded, and I want to say it was Kim Spinner posted. It was either a news clipping or like a comment, and I for the life of me, I want to say it correctly. It said like an online vigilante predator group came to catch someone and they didn't do their due diligence.
Who was it?
Apparently, it doesn't say. It just says
Fuck.
vigilante predator group. I'll text you in the I'll write in the private chat who people told me they think it is. I don't want to. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to throw that out there without
Okay.
knowing. But so the guy, I guess the predator had moved out 6 weeks prior, and whoever decided they were just going to murder a pred showed up and murdered the wrong guy because he had been the predator had done it to the wrong person. Here, how do I do private chat?
Wait, hold on. So the group caught the wrong guy,
Right,
and
they
then
exposed the wrong guy.
that wrong guy got murdered.
Yep.
Oh, okay. So who the fuck was it?
But buddy,
I won't say.
again,
I won't say. I won't say.
no, no. But what I'm saying is like that. That's what was relayed to me via speculation. I'm not spreading that rumor. I'm just telling you what I was told.
Um. I can't even talk in abstracts, like, cause I'll give away who the fuck I think who it is just by my voice alone. But yeah, if that's true, then they/them have they better be prepared for the biggest lawsuit of their fucking life.
That's actually. Let me see if I can read it to you out loud. What I found. Let me. You can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Whenever I close out of the yard stream. Okay. So this is what was written. Someone near me was murdered after being exposed by one of these online vigilante predator hunting groups. Upon investigation, they found that the group had exposed the wrong individual. He hadn't done anything wrong. The individual they were after had moved out of the property 2 months earlier, and they just hadn't done their due diligence to make sure their info was up to date. Meanwhile, a family is currently missing their son for nothing but a case of poor research. That's the mean, but that's the message.
Well, poor research coincides with them to a T. I can't even fucking help myself. I'll type it in the chat what I'm gonna say. I mean,
In the public chat or our chat?
the private chat.
Okay, I was like, that doesn't really help me, man.
No. So the private. Wait, you can't see private chat?
No, I can. I just when you said you said fuck it, I'm gonna type it in the chat. I'm like, oh boy, here we go.
No. So
That's one of the times where I've heard rumors of certain catchers will rush a catch before it's ready, and I've heard rumors that certain catches will almost like try to. It's almost like they groom predators. Have you heard these rumors?
yeah,
What's your take on it?
like the grooming of the pred. Uh.
You're no, for real?
Yep, he forgot, and when the police showed up, they were like, "What's his name?" And they're like, fuck." And it was like, not gonna say what time it was in the morning, but it's very late, very very late.
That is that
And I
is
watched the whole thing. It was a disaster.
So
But
then
in
let's
terms of the pred grooming, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's like uh, that's essentially what I was doing under our boy uh our boy in Jersey. That's exactly what I was doing pretty much because this guy's a fucking clown and doesn't know how to. Well, now I know that he didn't know how to decoy at all. Um, To be fair, it was in the early stages of the quote unquote community. So I don't necessarily blame him, but then like I realized that there's a certain level of expectation that he just didn't have. And that I was severely misinformed as to how to decoy. So so I'd be told to say like this I'd be like to push the encounter like by flirting back. Like if I were to decoy now, I would strictly be um like non-responsive, or not non-responsive, but like non-reactive, not flirty, the most boring conversation you could probably have. That's how I would decoy. I wouldn't fucking flirt back or try to speed up the confrontation. I personally wouldn't do it.
Yeah, man, because the damage done to somebody is irreversible. I'll never forget. I was decoying, and have you ever been like decoying multiple people on an app at the same time, and it's kind of tough to juggle the conversations.
Yes.
So I had like 6 or 7 going at the same time, and so I thought I'd age dropped early in the conversation, but I was juggling so many at the time. Then the guy decided that he wanted to meet. And at which point I'm like, all right, I've already made plans to meet the guy. I didn't feel ethical age dropping at that point. And I wound up not pursuing it. Do you think that's the right play?
I think that would have been the right play, honestly.
Yeah, it was. It sucks too.
That guy's not like he has no clue. He's talking to like some minor, and whatever age you put on or you could hide the age on Grindr, right?
Yep.
So I mean, so as far as this guy knows, he knows that he's talking to someone who's at least off of age. So you like that's one thing you don't do. Like, I mean, I don't think you could have done it. Like, if you wanted to do it, I don't think it would have been the right thing
Admissible.
anyway. Because like the one thing you don't do is you don't age drop after the meet is set. You age drop right away. And just like I think that's I got told one time by I don't remember which catcher that's what they look for. Like you can't do that. Like you can't like flirt or like have like this conversation and then right when you agree to meet and be like, "Oh, hey, I'm 14." Like you can't do that.
What I like to do is when they say like, how old are you? I'll typically respond with something like, do you actually want to know? And then they're like, sure. I'm like, oh, I'm a sophomore at such and such a high school. And they're like, so you're 14 or 15? I'm like, oh, I'm almost 15. So I mean, I do it in a, because if you just come out and say, hey, I'm 14, it comes across as super sus. And then I'll tell them like where I go to high school, what I play there, like where I want to go to college. I kind of have like a whole backstory of, what it is that, who I am and what I'm about. And, I've got a work schedule for my mom, and, typically it's always divorced parents. Cause like if my mom works overnights at, Florida Hospital South, she works from 7 to 7 a.m. She doesn't get home till 8:30 a.m. Yada, yada, yada.
Right.
Yeah, and then I do try to engage in dialogue, and I try to create a backstory where the kid is a vulnerable kid, just to make sure that I want to find predators more than like just
Like
some dude that
guy.
Yeah, which those guys can be just as dangerous. Don't get me wrong, but that's what I look for.
I mean, yeah. He's yeah,
If only Ryan wrote that handbook, this would all be fixed, Red.
fucking Ryan.
What's up, Dean? Yeah, that was I was watching my last catch, and I saw one of your comments when I said, "Hey, man, I'll cut the stream off and like I'll talk to you," and you were like, "Do I smell extortion?"
Oh yeah. Wait, to the pred?
So I said to the pred, I'm like, "Yeah, we're about over, man. Like I'll cut the video off, and me and you can have a talk off camera."
Do I spell extortion?
Yeah, which was and I knew you were being sarcastic. Disagreements aside, I didn't think that you thought I would extort somebody, but you were like, "Yeah, give me all your money, and I won't post this video."
No, I mean, I just every time I think extortion, I always think about how like this one oddball motherfucker once offered Alex his entire life savings. It was like around the sum of 100 and something thousand dollars. And he just didn't take it.
Oh man, that's it's real easy to just be like, "Oh, absolutely, I'm morally
I'd take the
incorrect."
money. I mean, I don't know. I'd personally like, I don't know. Like the fucking heartless, cruel motherfucker in me would take the money and then expose him anyway. So like,
What's that,
cha-ching.
Red?
I'd take the money and expose him anyway. It's a win-win.
If somebody offered 250 grand and I could use that money to like buy a house for like battered women or like exploited children, it would be someone's probably going to clip this and that'll be the newest thing on Pridcatcher Drama. Ray says he'll take a bribe, but like if somebody offered that kind, I'd be curious. Like I would have a moral dilemma in my head. Like, could I do more for victims with this money, or does this exposure need to get? It would be. I think at the end of the day, I'd have to do the exposure just because nothing good ever comes from this.
From what,
But that's
extortion?
just like that. Like if the money comes from a bad place, typically it's going to be
Dirty money. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just. I mean, money's money. It's just, and especially if you took it from like a scumbag piece of shit, then you could repurpose to something good. But that's strictly me. Like steal from the rich and evil to give to the poor and good.
yeah. Man, me and a buddy were talking the other day, and we were kind of chatting about like back during like the White Guy Wednesday era of like what's your story, your boy JDQ, and like Alex was doing his own thing, but I mean like Alex and Jay and Eric and Shonda, like I feel like it was much more close knit back then, and I'm glad that you're here because you're one that'll be fun to talk about because you've been around for a minute. It's like the community has the independent channels have almost become sovereign of one another, and the community seems incredibly fractured.
It's been fractured for quite a while. It's since the whole YouTube thing, it's only made it more obscure. I'd unsubscribe from people like a bunch of times, but then I'd usually resubscribe. I've unsubscribed from a bunch of people that I just wound up not resubscribing. Like I don't know, I just found it. I don't even know what to say. I'm just like, you, on the off chance that I do watch a catch any of these days, it'll usually be an Alex catch because fucking why not? He's the one who I don't know. He's the one I feel more drawn to. This is the OG, the one that saved me from the fucking Pharaoh Ramses. He's the Jew that exalted the little people, and yeah. But yeah, he's the one I watch the most, no doubt. I mean, I can't even say the same. Like if I sat here and said, "Oh, I watch every catcher," with just the same intensity, I don't even watch Alex chronically, dude. But then if I'm watching a catch, it's probably an Alex catch. It's not anyone else's.
That's what was your take on Cassidy Campbell and was it JD or Tyrone?
I don't watch Cassidy Campbell.
So he,
Jadion. I mean, I don't know. Jadion. I haven't even watched. I don't watch Cassidy Campbell. I don't watch Jadion. I don't watch Skeeter Jean. Skeeter Jean's pretty much a ripoff of Jadion, but um,
so here's one thing I have, because I had the same thought about Skeeter Jean, and somebody that I trust said that Skeeter is actually like one of the most proactive on working with law enforcement. And although he kind of plays a character on the screen, I was shocked to hear that he's like the most professional. And I was surprised because I had my thoughts on Skeeter. Like I thought it was mostly clout, like the whole satirical replication of Chris Hansen. But according to this person who I trust, he is probably like the most dedicated to doing it ethically and doing it where they face charges, which is kind of crazy. But Cassidy Campbell in his most recent one, he put on he did that bulletproof vest with the cowboy hat. He looks like a Texas State Trooper. And then he brings out, I think it was Jadion. I saw it for like 2 seconds. He had no shirt on, like telling the Predator, he's like, show me them toes. I see and he was wearing like prison pants. And he's like, this is what's going to happen to you in jail if you're a sex offender. And the whole thing just felt like prank. It's even, that group, No One's Safe, not No One's Safe. The guy's name is Red. Well, either way, they do like mean pranks where they really torment people and like try to get them to freak the fuck out. Like a prank behind it is supposed to have some sort of fun. And the Predator exposing, I don't think it should be done as a prank.
it's filmed like a prank and it has prank vibes. That's not what it is. It's filmed from looking at through a filmmaker's perspective. It's filmed from far away. These wide angles. Whereas catches are usually more intimate, more fucking guerrilla style. In your face type of approach. But then pranks are usually filmed from far away because if the fucking person sees a fucking camera anywhere in their vicinity, they know they're being filmed or they're a part of a show or they're being pranked right now. So
Yeah, it's definitely, and it's one of those things too where like I never want to no one really has no one has the right to tell other people how to do shit. But there's certain ones I watch and I'm like, that doesn't feel like the way Jay did it. I was really fond of, the what Alex turned into, I'm pretty fond of. Like what Shonda puts out there, I'm pretty fond of. Cam, when Cam is doing well, I really like what Cam does. Everyone has their good ones and their awful ones, which is fine. It is what it is. But there's a lot that get out there, and I'm just like, it's uncomfortable to, that whole making it a spectacle is like I said earlier on in this conversation, like the content is compelling enough. You don't need to, there's no sizzle needed. It's the realest moment in investigative journalism that you could possibly try to find.
it's the moment where someone's life falls apart. With like hundreds of people there to see it happen. So there's no need for another there's no need for more. It's a spectacle in and of itself. So
Do you believe in doxing the pred?
I go strictly by YouTube's terms of service. Like before it was okay, like we just put them on blast like during a live. It's whatever.
But I'm saying you're okay with that.
Well, if it interferes with the investigation, then I'm not okay with it.
No, that's what I mean more is like if you catch a 43-year-old guy and you dox his name and he has 2 kids in high school, 1 in junior high, and a white, like the collateral blowback is why I'm so anti-doxing the pred. I'm not protecting the pred.
I'd call him by his first name. That's it.
That's fine. I'm just saying, like when people put their Facebook out there or their business, I'll never forget one of my favorite Alex catches was when he caught the guy at Jackalope Automotive. Do you remember that? The guy was the convicted sex offender.
Yeah, I think I saw that one.
Let's say that guy owned 20% of the garage. Like hundreds of us went immediately and wrote reviews on the business. And if that guy was a 20% partner, The other 4 partners are now fucked. Every hourly employee is now fucked. The receptionist girl is now fucked. I typically, I like the truth to come out organically. I remember, I think it was Alex, they caught someone at a restaurant, and the manager lady was a cunt. I mean, she was 110% cunt. But she's like a $42,000 a year restaurant manager. Like, it's not the owner's fault. That's why, and it's,
Right.
I don't really have a dog in the fight. Like, I'll never tell anybody what to do, but I'd rather err on the side of caution than, be willing to fucking burn somebody.
I mean, you put it that way, then yeah. I mean, you want to. I mean, because usually the pred, I mean, you're gonna have to humanize them anyway, because there are people that are related to this guy who are completely innocent. So you doxing said individual would only serve as collateral to the people who don't deserve it. So
Yeah, Tommy caught I want to say he had like a ministry service or something like that. And the guy had a weird name that had something to do with like predators or pedophiles. I wish Chester. His name was Chester Lopez, like Chester the molester. And
okay,
they doxed his Facebook, and then literally hundreds of messages within 10 minutes on his Facebook of just shitting on the guy. And I don't want his kids to find out that way. You know what I mean? Because they're not going to be able to turn off the phone, and they're going to have to read like fucking 270 messages about their chomo dad.
oh yeah.
Again, I'm not going to tell people what to do, but I don't know. For me, that's it. It doesn't feel right.
Then I'll never be able to say, because I'll probably never lead my own catch. That's just the reality of it. I'll never do it. But I mean, like I said, it's hard to, knowing that I'll never do it. It's kind of hard to say what I will and won't do in
Is
the
that
moment.
just from like a physical capability standpoint, or you just wouldn't want to do it?
Both, because I don't have the financial means, and yeah, physicality wise, I decide to take off running or decide to get physical. I'm like, you know, me watching Kung Fu Panda doesn't save me. This is real life.
What if you had
So
me and Alex holding the cameras?
I don't know, maybe.
Is there a part of you that wants to do it?
Considering the way like things are now, absolutely not. Maybe if you would have asked me like months ago, then my answer probably would have been different. But considering how shit is now, absolutely no fucking way.
Shit in the community or shit on YouTube?
Both.
That's
The,
I don't know, man. I feel like I missed the window to be relevant.
That window's long and gone twice. I mean, that window's passed me like twice. I mean, I just don't care. I mean, it's like if I have the opportunity to like help out, then I'll do it. But then I can't see myself fucking, like, I won't put myself in that position without knowing I can give 110%. And knowing that I don't have the financial means on my own to buy cell phones every other week in case like they get lifted off of me, or that sort of shit. I don't have that, to be fucking spending on another cell phone. And then considering, Dono Gate, uh, uh, yeah, it's like I said, you asked me this like maybe a year ago, I probably would have been like, yeah. I mean, I have like this one friend who runs faster than the fucking Flash. Uh,
Speaking of rumors,
you missed the window, right? You closed the window and walked away.
Did you know that the kid who played the Flash is a groomer, Ezra?
I was gonna do a video on him on my channel. That's why I'm hesitant to even watch the new Flash movie.
Yeah, I watched an exposed video on him. I want to say I was in the gym on the Stairmaster or some shit like that, and I came across like my whole algorithm is like superhero shit, pedophile shit, and like motivational shit. That's
He had a fucking ranch. The authorities raided his ranch, and they found a toddler with like a live round in his mouth. Like Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, it's I don't want to go into this whole fucking thing about double standards and shit, but fucking come on. There's video proof of fucking Ezra Miller like Undertaker choke slamming women to the ground. There's proof of this, but then Johnny Depp gets accused with no proof, and he's crucified. Why? Because Johnny Depp doesn't, identify a certain way.
well, he
Johnny
got
Depp's pronouns aren't they them.
he's it is a bummer, and he said catching's over on YouTube, especially as a startup. That is unfortunately true. I'm curious
It's
to see.
over.
I mean, that people still do it. I mean, it's over the way that we knew it. Like, no one's going to grow a channel big ever again. They won't feed it. It's funny too. You know how I know I'm not relevant on YouTube, Red Hood, is I am losing. Red Hood's got about 65% more viewers than I do. Not Red Hood. NVCap has like twice the viewers I do right now.
What, is he live?
He was. You said he was live. I checked in on his thing before.
Well, the reason he has the many viewers is because fucking Alex gave him 12,000 subs. If it wasn't for Alex, he'd still be around the 2K mark. I mean, it's the only reason. I mean, by default. I mean, I guarantee you there are people that wouldn't have gone to his stream if Alex hadn't told them to go subscribe to NVCap, and they just tuned in out of coincidence. Hey, fucking another fucking stream or panel, whatever. Fucking join in. It's a matter of coincidence.
I remember JDQ back in the day. That used to happen.
I miss that motherfucker.
JDQ?
Yeah, I miss that guy. Although
What
what I don't miss, to be fair, I don't miss like me and him were fucking cool as cool could fucking get. But I think he knew how I felt about like religion and shit. So like I think he would try to like whenever like we talked, I think he would try to keep like the more religious aspect of his persona like more to a minimum. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, he has his ways. I mean, he's one with with God, I mean, but it's just I really miss that guy. I mean, he was something special. He is something special. He's still doing his
Vision Eye View.
Yeah, and it was funny when he would because like he would be so averted to the whole fucking drama thing that the times that I managed to rope him in to the BS with back when Rami was like main villain number 1
and Murder Mercs.
Yeah, around that time, during that era, Murder Merc, whenever I could manage to rope him in, like it would always be a blast. Like he'd fucking talk his shit. He'd act like he'd try to stay away, but then like when I roped him in, like he'd talk his shit. He'd run his mouth, and it was fucking hilarious.
Kurt's gay husband just said, "Bring back JDQ. What's your story? White Guy Wednesday and PNN. Those were the golden days of panel stream." They weren't even really panels. Like you could make an argument that each of those was pretty much a show. Like JDQ would kind of do interviews, and I met Jorge in person a couple times. Actually, I took him out to eat. I took him to a football game. I brought him to a tailgate party. We were friendly there for a minute. Um, you know, PNN, like love them or leave them. I liked Emily and Cup. They were always nice to me, but they did a great job of like promoting smaller catchers or newer channels if they weren't getting bumped in the algorithm. Me and Nate kind of had our fun little weekly banter. We were like the raunchy morning radio talk show of the panel streams. But now it's like people just go live, and I mean, fuck it, I did it tonight. But literally just go live, really without a point. Like nobody puts like seldom is there any work going into it. Matt does a great job. Like there is work in what Matt does, but it's more for like information, less for entertainment.
The thing about back then was the panels would be once in a blue moon. They'd be like once every 2 weeks, 3 weeks at best. Hell, maybe like a month would go by without a single panel. And that's what made them more entertaining, was because whenever they were on, people would tune in droves. Not to say they don't turn in droves now, but then it wasn't as fucking saturated as it is now. Yeah, I mean, the fact that it only happened like every other week or so, that's what I think made it appealing. And that there wasn't, daily streams like fucking 30 to 31 days of the month about fucking Thomas Ray Fellers. But yeah.
Yeah, it's the anti-TOS stuff, kind of like you were saying, escapism. There's just times, and it's like even if there's things I agree with or happen to be true, it's like I get that, but we don't need to spend every waking moment lamenting in the idiocracy of like one or two or three people.
I
So,
keep saying it. Like I keep saying it. Like if he, I mean, you could say that, but then I keep saying like he could easily stonewall the fuck out of everyone. Like Stonewall Jackson, like fucking ignore. The guy has like 200,000 subs right now. Now more than ever, can he fucking stonewall the shit out of people? But he just chooses not to do it because um, I think the only thing left to say is that he is as addicted to this back and forth BS as people on this side are. So. And he's only got himself to blame. If things go tits up for him, he's really only got himself to blame.
you saw what I went through this week, man. From I
You broke up there.
I said you saw what I went through in the last week. Did you saw a Dono Gate?
Yeah,
That was
fucking APP and Sabby pulling some sus ass shit.
it was that was extremely uncomfortable for me, and I actually had to like kind of come out publicly, which was not something that I'm really fond of. Like painting myself in a bad light, and I had to publicly admit that I fucking lied to people, which kind of sucks. And then people even said like, you didn't lie. I'm like, well, I mean, really I did. I gave false information. That was, so it went from that to,
I
you know,
mean,
go ahead.
God forbid you go against Yoko because John Lennon will be on your ass. But I hope to God you get who I'm referring to. Uh, and then APP doing the exact same shit. I'm like, it's like, we're quick to call out the people who are fucking shady as shit, asking for money, and then certain people get a pass. It's like, it's dumb shit. It's shady for no fucking reason. It's just being shady for shady's sake. It's it's fucking uncalled for.
Lord Steve's Royal Guard says it's kind of funny. Ray is complaining about people talking about over and over again, but I'm still hearing about Ray's Sticky Panel Week. Tono Gate is like 2 weeks ago. Well, it was there, and then then I brought a Noid over for a panel. Did you happen to see that?
Oh yeah, I saw it. I mean, dude, it's like I don't know, dude. I mean, I sound I sound really fucking out of it right now. I'm just like I ate like a huge plate of food. I'm like
Is it time for the siesta?
no, not even. I'm not even tired. It's just that like when I saw NVCap live and then I saw you live, I just made a choice. And I just like, hey, I don't want to fucking not today or not right now at least. Maybe not ever again. Well, let's not say there because fickle me. But for today at least, I made a choice, and like knowing what's gonna be on either stream, then I said, fuck it. Let me make the choice I wound up making. So.
Well, I had that, and then after Annoyed, did you hear about any of the Jeff shit?
I heard he was a little out of character. I mean, I don't know. I think Jeff's going through his own shit right now. That no one needs to. It's no one's business what he's going through. But honestly, I seriously think that this community is the last thing on his mind right now. So I wouldn't worry too much about Jeff. So but
All right.
I mean that's just me. That's just me. I mean, I think I have it on good authority that Jeff has more pressing, more important things to worry about than this fucking community. So, and for good reason. So,
I've said it a couple of times. Like, I don't think Jeff's a bad guy. Like, I wish him the best, and I'll talk to him if he wants to talk. Just basically having me come out and say that he got blackmailed was kind of shitty. Like, it made me look. I have a tendency to trust people at their word. If it proves anything,
don't trust people.
I don't want to go jaded like that because you can't come back from it. But it's I definitely felt a certain type of way because I didn't think Jeff would ever fib to me about something serious. But nevertheless, that's and then after Jeff, there was the did you see my epic rage quit on Ed's panel?
That I did not see.
Oh boy, you missed. I screamed, I cursed, I yelled, and I think I ended it with the words "bra fucking vo." It was. I knew it was kind of fucked one night that like I did my first solo catch, like no cameraman, no co-catcher, no nothing. Edward had a big stream, like 170 people, 180 people. He was doing a premiere, and Locke was on. There was like 20 people, and I'm like, I'll go over there and chat it up, and hopefully we can talk about the guy just exposed. And 6 minutes into it, everybody came over, and like the entire thing just became and I always say, like, in this community, screaming Tommy sucks is like screaming fuck Obama at a Trump rally. It's you're just screaming into the echo chamber. You know Rami Eldono?
I have the misfortune of doing that.
No, the page Rami Eldono.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I get a random one night. He's like, "Hey, I'm just curious. Can I use your voice for a sound clip?" And I'm like, "From where?" He goes, "I have something from White Guy Wednesday." I'm like, first of all, how do you have anything from White Guy Wednesday? But in the intro is in my voice, and we thought we could all live in friendship and harmony until Rami El Dono. And they fucking whoever did that has editing skills that are fucking on point.
Oh, I know Rami Aldono. I think it was him or someone else that I offered to, because I had made like a bunch of funny edits on the guy. I just figured I'd just donate all my clips to either Rami Aldono, or there was another Rami channel that was out there that was like, hey, I'm gonna I'll just give you all my stuff for free, and you could either credit me or not credit me. I just don't really give a shit. I just want to clear up space on my laptop. Um, but I don't think they never took me up on the offer. Or they did, and I just didn't follow through, and I just wound up deleting all of it, not sharing it with anyone. But I mean, that's as far as I go with them. I mean, I think the last I think the last funny video I watched was when he fucking when he went like jet skiing like in the water, and and he had his phone, and he dropped his phone, and then they played the Titanic theme. That shit was fucking hilarious.
I got I know you've had a rough day, my man, and is it okay if I pull someone up on panel or no?
Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever.
Okay.
I don't care.
I'm trying to be courteous, like you.
No. It's it's fine. I'm just more expressing frustration, not to you, towards like, it's whatever. I'm sorry if that came off the wrong way, dude. Seriously.
It's okay, man. Don't worry about it. What's up, Rai?
So, what's going on?
We were just talking about you.
Oh shit.
Yep. There's NVCap code, there's NVCap, and now there's NVCap Fireside. We think that you're getting too big for your britches. We called an emergency meeting of the Gatekeepers Union, and we're going to limit you to one YouTube channel. And if you do have a second, it has to be NVCap 2.0. No more of this multi-platform shit, Ryan.
Yeah, it's kind of supposed to separate it into separate purposes.
Ryan, I was being facetious. I'm kidding.
No, I know. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ryan, this is Red Hood. Red Hood, this is Ryan. Have you guys met?
No.
This is Rami troll page before Rami. That was Rami Addiction Hotline.
Oh shit!
I think it was Rami Addiction Hotline, definitely.
Have you?
Hey! Shh. My bad. I'm sorry.
Did you just shush me?
No, I was trying to shush my dogs.
Oh, have you met Tommy Boy Red?
Who did?
No.
Tommy Boy. It's gonna be a bit loud, fellas. I'm waiting on a train. So I only got a minute, but I got to address that little cuck gremlin down there. Especially because it was tough, but I went back and listened to that Bill Powell stream, and fuck, dude, it just pissed me off more. I gotta say, and I think it's kind of important sometimes to go back and watch that shit, even though it's difficult, right? But then, this little gremlin fuck, kids put me on blast because he thinks like I traumatized fucking his girl Chuckles. That girl, she took down the stream. That girl the other night, I don't know if anyone caught that, but that girl's up there talking her shit and is like, come up here and roast me, and I'll roast you, you pussies. I'm a comedian. So what do? I go up there, try to have a little bit of witty banter, and what she do? She pulls the fucking trauma card about how traumatized she is, and I don't know her pain. And I was like, this is exactly what's wrong with this world. Exactly what's wrong with this world. It's just, and then of course you can't go back and see it. You can't go back and see it, or else you see that that's probably why she took it down, because she saw herself up there putting everyone on blast on chat. Come up here, you pussies! Get up here! I'll fucking roast the shit out of you. I'm a comedian. I get up there trying to have some witty banter, and she pulls the victim card, and now Gremlin's all out of sorts out of it. Like, hike your skirt up, Gremlin, and go find another fucking internet girl, for the love of God.
Hey, Tommy Boy, I'm Ray. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't FTC you guys. Hey, morning, guys, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever the fuck you are in the world.
That's I'm so glad that my chill stream to talk about sports has taken. No night would be
No,
complete if we didn't talk about Tommy, Rami, and Chuckles. What else are we missed?
no. That's all I wanted to pop. That's all I wanted to pop in, just because I think Gremlin's a little he's a
Oh
little
shit!
woke down there.
Look who just pulled up, Tommy boy.
Is Gremlin in here? Nice. I mean, Gremlin, come on, dude. Let's. And I'm gonna have to go on mute here because it's gonna get loud here in a second. But I'll hear this guy out.
Everybody in the train needs to hear you have a.
No, I know, especially here, dude, with my American accent. It's like the last thing people want to be hearing.
You have a G fight with a young Latino gentleman who simps over internet females. Like I want to see the blood.
Yeah, Gremlin, let's hear your side about how pissed you are that I was trying to have some witty banter with Chuckles, and she's like, my dad kicked me out of the house, and we had birds, and you know what I mean? Like, I even tried to like bring it back and like try to make it light, and she just kept going back to like, I'm so traumatized, you don't know my trauma, and I was just like, all right, I'm out of here. Like, this is millennials 101.
Gremlin, you gonna say anything or no? Because I'm only giving this. I'm gonna give this about another 60 seconds for the Gremlin Tommy Boy feud. So speak your piece.
Yeah. My train was pulling up, so let's hear it, Gremlin. I'll go on mute, pal.
Is this motherfucker gonna talk or what the fuck?
Who's Cam Robinson?
Oh God, you don't want to know. Let's not even talk about that shit.
Is
Seriously.
it worse than DM York or Mitch Richmond?
Yeah,
Yeah, much worse.
far worse.
You guys are gonna.
Want me to say who he is? Like,
He's some fucking tweaker. Like he filmed himself. There's no way to say it nicely. He filmed himself raping some homeless woman in public. Like,
Yeah.
this woman was passed out, and he filmed himself basically penetrating her. And Alex did an entire live stream, an emergency live, telling everyone to go call the police on him.
yeah, and he was actually like, I think he was like trying to catch predators too, or like trying to say he's catching predators.
And he's in jail right
Hey,
now.
can you hear me?
He's in jail.
Oh, he is. That's good.
All right, you got 30 seconds, Gremlin.
30 seconds. All right. Gotta be civil. What's up, Ray?
I'm chilling, brother. Go ahead and try to ruin my Black Panther party. What do you got to say to Tommy Boy?
God damn, after that a little bit. Yeah, he was kind of a dick to her. But I don't know. It was a roast panel, so I guess he has a point. I don't know. I mean, she doesn't really care anyway, so in my opinion, it's a bunch for nothing.
No, I want to. I'm glad that she made that comment because she did literally call us up there.
Yeah. I think I was in the wrong, dude. I'm sorry. It's funny to fuck around, you know.
No, I mean, I appreciate that, guy. And not that I thought we were actually going at it. I just thought, you know, it was a pretty funny little back and forth there. But yeah.
What'd you say? I didn't get that part.
Sorry, I gotta be quiet. Everyone's looking at me.
All right, you got 15 seconds, boys. You're more than welcome to stay on panel, but we're going to go back to the good conversation. What do you got to
Hey,
say?
what's the
I'll
previous
stay up,
conversation about?
Actually, you know what? No, you're both going to be muted. I'm going to shush you both. Gremlin, you deserve better. Stop fucking simping over these hoes. They ain't loyal. Find a nice one that doesn't fucking wear 8 pounds of makeup, goes to church, and doesn't have a body count, higher than fucking Moose's catch count. Tommy Boy,
Oh, shit.
don't take the opinions of a fucking 21-year-old beautiful brown Latino incel from the West Coast seriously. You got bigger things to worry about. You're in the beautiful, beautiful continent of Europe. Boys, are we done, boys?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I love you, Grem Dog. Love you.
And Gremlin? Dicks before chicks, man. Don't forget that. Real talk.
Always, brother.
So friends don't let friends simp. All right. So, and you guys can.
Yes, Ray,
everybody can
truth.
tell.
Thank you, Ray.
Always gremlin. Not a big deal, brother. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So what was the previous conversation about?
Well, me and Red were talking about movies. Now when VCAP came up, Tommy Boy was super pissed that you were white knighting, and
Oh no.
with Red Hood, can a brown guy white knight?
I think so.
Yeah, fucking Don Quixote. I think he was a white. No, he was. No, never mind.
Don Quixote.
How do you
fuck
say
no.
knight? How do you say knight in Spanish? It's not
Caballero.
caballo, right? Is it
Caballero.
caballero?
It's like
That's
some Latin,
cowboy.
you know.
It's caballero, yeah.
Isn't that cowboy though?
No, that's
Cowboy's
vaquero.
vaquero.
Okay. Well, then there we un caballero blanco. Es prohibido para caballero blanco por las chicas del YouTube.
¿Es prohibido?
¿Tú sabes?
Sí, yo no creo que voy a ser siempre nomás. Porque ella quiere pedir DMs, you know.
No
Bro.
speak Spanish. No speaky.
If you're a nice simp in Spanish, does that make you a simpático?
I guess so.
I don't even get a chuckle from that one, Red. Not even a
that
chuckle.
was funny. I mean, but I just didn't laugh.
All right, I don't laugh out loud often either. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. We're gonna, yeah, man. The like you said, Red. We missed a good day for the community.
I don't miss. I mean, I don't know. I guess you keep talking about how you miss it. I mean, I don't miss it. I mean, I just don't care. I mean, they came and they went. People came and they went. So I don't care. I'm just like, I keep hearing the word jaded. I don't exactly know what that means. Like, what does that mean exactly?
Do you want me to give you off the cuff like the way I would use it, or do you want me to pull up a Webster Merriam dictionary?
Like, how would you use it?
So somebody that's jaded is if you're a girl that dates like 5 guys that cheat on her, like eventually you'll just hate all men because you're jaded. You know, if you're a nice person and people take advantage of you too many times, eventually you'll just stop. You'll stop being decent because you become jaded. That's what jaded means. It's a previous experience with like a select number will dictate the way that you interact with the masses in the future.
Well, I guess, I guess I am jaded. Excuse me. Yeah, I guess you could say I am jaded. Yeah, I mean, I just don't care. I mean, I don't want the old days back. Me personally, if I could go back in time and stop myself from finding this community, I'd stop myself. I'd be like, okay,
do not pass go.
How do you turn your camera around on this fucking thing?
Down on the bottom screen, you should see the thing that says like there's a microphone and a camera.
No, but like I want to do it not on my front-facing camera.
I don't think you could change that in your screen.
All right, here I'm gonna try to not do a face.
Yeah, you can.
Can you?
I think if you go into settings, then it's a whole big thing.
Oh yeah. Here you go. Okay, back camera. All right.
But then
here we go.
Don't click back on your phone. Click the on-screen back button.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. Okay.
Because if you click back on your phone, it'll fucking take you out of StreamYard.
I'm gonna put my finger over. Okay. All right. Cool. Here, everyone want to kind of know this. I won't say it, but you guys should be able to figure it out here.
Is that Scotland Yard?
Nope. Terrible guess.
Something in Amsterdam or something?
It's Amsterdam. Grimdog gets it. Grimdog got it.
What's up?
So I want to get back. I want to know who Cam Robinson was.
Yeah, he was a fucking tweaker. He was a psychopath. He was a fucking guy that wanted to be a catcher, but he was a fucking criminal, and he was.
And it's not Tiberio. This is different than Tiberio.
Worse than Tiberio, because he fucking filmed himself raping some sleeping homeless lady, like full on penetrating her. He filmed himself doing it live.
In our
Alex,
community?
yes, and Alex, he freaking called an emergency live to fucking have everyone call the police on him.
Jesus Christ! And did he get arrested?
Yeah, I think he's still in jail.
Yeah, so that was the shit I missed when I was gone, man. No, Bick, was that when I was gone, Red? Probably in the last I was
No,
gone.
it's before it was before you even came around.
Oh wow! All right, so this is a while back.
Yeah, I was there. Like, I was there in the beginning days. I was there when the strength of man fell. I was there when the laws were written. I was there.
So
Yeah,
in
believe it or not,
New York,
I was one of the pioneers. Not even actually. Let
and
me take that back.
Damn.
That's actually very pompous to say. Because I'm not even a catcher. In terms of audiences, I'm one of the longest people who've been here the longest. By a
What year
good
did you
amount.
join the community? What do you estimate?
2019, no, 2019, 2020.
Oh, same.
oh, so Gremlin, you knew White Guy Wednesday back in the day?
Yeah, I did. I had Alex in it too, right?
He would come on sometimes, yeah, like every other week he would
Yeah, I
pop
think I
in.
promoted it. I think it was a sub to that. Yeah. If it was so far back, you know.
It was on
Shit, yeah.
it was on Dream Floral's channel. There was this weird fucking conservative cucktard. I forget what was his name. The co-host?
Alex Rosen.
No, my co-host of White Guy Wednesday.
Oh, Nate.
Nate. Yeah, I can't remember his name. Yeah, I don't know. I have. I'm such a dick. Sorry, buddy. Yes, I know his name. Dick. I'm being a dick.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, I thought you guys were good buddies.
I got an inside joke going on with somebody right now who may or may not be close to that. Yeah. Oh, I'm jeffing y'all. I'm jeffing y'all. No, Bick. No, Bick. No, Bick. No, he shot me a text earlier on during the stream. He was asking me something, so I just threw that out there to kind of fuck with him a little bit. Yeah, and he just texted me now. Said "fuck you, Ray." Oh shit! Sorry, I don't know why that made me laugh. Rami's first catch live. So and DM York pretended to be an FBI. Am I getting that right? He pretended to be an FBI agent.
I have no clue who DM York was.
You don't know who he is, or you never heard the name?
I don't. I know I've heard the name before, but I don't know. I haven't dealt with anyone or talked to anyone. Well, Cam says he dealt with him, but I never got around to researching that guy. So I virtually know nothing. I'm the wrong person to ask about DM York.
So and the great grandma thing I was gone for, that was a real lady.
That was turns out the Lazarus Pit is a real thing because this 80-year-old lady fucking decided to take a dive and came out 20 years younger. Fucking Ra's al Ghul style and fucking apparently that's possible. And that was the whole Christ, I don't even want to fucking mention that motherfucker.
Yeah, I remember where I was when GQ face revealed herself.
Oh yeah. But
That's
it's a whole bunch of BS, like fucking trash people doing trash shit.
That was like
I
our
don't wanna
first
get-
drama, right?
I don't want to get into it. It's nowhere near the first drama, but fucking
The beginning of the end.
So
not even it's just
Constantine
more
said-
it's more trash people doing trash shit. So fucking
You know, I've never talked to Blue. I still don't really know who she is.
I envy
Yeah.
you. I
I heard she has an OnlyFans. Is that true?
I don't know.
I don't. I've heard that because there was Blue, then there was Lala Blue, then there was Dap, but then there's Dap's Diary, but Dap's Diary has nothing to do with that. There's a lot of shit that I've been watching the catches for about longer than Red Hood's been around. I just never got into the live stream. Like just randomly one night, it said PP Mass is going live. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'll watch a catch, but he's not doing a catch. He's just chilling like 12 minutes from my house. And I was like, oh, I'm right here. And like I met him, and that's how I met Alex, and that's how I found myself in the cesspool that we call a community that sometimes I love and sometimes I hate. Sometimes I hate to love.
Like I said, if I could go back in time and stop myself from ever stumbling across this place, I would do it in a heartbeat.
I'd agree.
No fucking questions. Like there'd be no regrets.
No regrets.
I'd like that day. I don't know. Like I don't know. I as the individual from the future, I would fuck around with my past self so much for that week or 2 weeks to completely avert him from finding this place at all. So that it never happens. I'd gladly do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
So-
I blame Cam for.
Go ahead, Gremlin.
Oh yeah, I blame Cam for my involvement in the community.
Cam?
Cam, yeah, because like all the, some old names. Like I think his name was Moments Live, and there was Locksmith as well. I remember Luck had that whole meltdown on his I think it was the Avocado Pred stream, and he came back, and that's how I found the community.
It's not being weak. It's called fucking hindsight. And in hindsight,
Retrospect.
retrospect, I'd have no regrets about doing what I just described doing. So
Yeah, I met Chuckles, so kind of worked out in the end.
fuck.
Why do you like her so much, Graham?
I'll be honest with you. It's like, even though she doesn't consider herself a part of the community, it's kind of nice to have someone part of the community near you. I mean, if like you guys were near me, I'd be more biased towards you guys. More favoring you guys more.
Me and Vic kicked it the other day.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Damn, I remember Vic from Cam streams.
Yeah, we hung out in Atlanta for the day. Cool dude,
That's
man.
cool.
Sweet guy.
Graham, did you like actually meet her? You met her in real life?
Who?
Chuckles.
Not yet, dude. I don't even want to meet her. She's kind of.
I mean, I do think that's pretty cool. Like, Ray, I think it's pretty cool that you met up with Vic and went to the zoo and shit. I mean, I think there's some silver lining here.
So Constantine is. I see some people. I'm in a better place for not knowing Blue. Is that what you're telling me, Red?
Yeah, I envy you for not knowing about that person.
Is she built like Barb or how? Or Scamula? What'd you say?
The only thing I have to say is that the irony of a cam girl lecturing people about narcissism of all things. Yeah, just piece that together for a second.
Jesus.
There was I got some shade thrown at me in the chat yesterday. Are you friendly with Blonde Java, Red?
I hardly know who that is. I was a Tommy, cash cow that now all of a sudden wants her money back. I guess. Yeah, I guess I know who she is.
We were kind of chopping it up, and she wasn't even on the panel. Just we were talking about people taking it seriously, and she's like, they should take it seriously, and that's why people shouldn't ride kids' horses after catches.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. I mean, fucking. I don't fucking know, dude.
Yeah, that picture was cool though. You look like fucking Napoleon. You ever seen that painting?
Napoleon.
Napoleon crossing the Alps. Yeah.
Except it was reversed. It wasn't a little guy on a big horse. It was a big guy on a little horse.
Yeah.
I'll turn your horse into glue. Welcome to the Battle of Waterloo Part 2.
So yeah, that's Cam Robinson. I never knew Cam. I just got recently, probably in the last month, I found out about Tiberio.
Oh, really?
Oh, that guy was a fucking feast.
Dude, I wasn't like, I didn't lurk, Graham. Like I was gone.
Oh, really? How long were you gone for?
11 months, something like that. 10 months, 11 months.
Oh, really? Damn, so you missed a lot.
Tavario. Oh, so
Tavario.
you missed the fucking the Holy Venom episode, Skylar. Um, my supposed love affair. Uh, yeah. So you pretty much know that Holy Venom was this fucking psychopath, pretty much. He is still a psychopath.
I've that's the gist that I've gotten. Yeah.
Right. So he's like almost 30. And he has a girlfriend that's around my age. But then the kicker is that they started dating probably when she was underage.
Well,
So
from what I gather, Jeep Man had a history. Is that correct?
Jeep I think Jeep Man, the thing that about him was like he wrote like fan fiction stories about like minors or like that kind of thing. If this is the wrong person, then am I talking about the right person here? Or?
Yeah, Jeep Man. He was like a youth, one of the community folks.
Yeah, like didn't he write uh write fiction stories about minors?
Yeah. That's what Ed was saying.
Okay, so then that guy, I mean, yeah, it was a bit sus. Yeah.
Yeah, the only people left over from back then are you, Constantine, fucking rest in peace, Nate. Yeah, we're recapping the last year for me, Haystack. I'm trying to catch up on.
I'd rather not recap because
There was a guy with a top knot that always wore a yellow hoodie. There was a great grandma that wasn't a great grandma, and Jeff B. Jeffin. That's pretty much. Yeah, Jeep Man was one of the guys who used to talk shit on me in like the White Guy Wednesday comments, which is, I'm not going to lie, there was a part of me that was kind of smiled when I found out he was a scumbag.
right.
Yep. Rest in peace, Nate. Rest in peace, Damone. Rest in peace, bad guy. You think Nate will ever come back?
Yeah, whatever happened to Nate?
I mean, he's watching right now. I'll fuck it. I don't care. I'll say it. I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, the last time I talked to him, I was like, yeah, I'm probably like, if I ever do, like, if there was ever time to dip, it'd be now. Uh, you know, we talk a lot of times about how just hit 1K and then dip. And then I figured, why wait for 1K? Just dip now. Um, and that doesn't sound like a bad idea.
Hit 1,000 subs and just leave?
Yeah.
Why would you want 1,000 subs?
It was just a ballpark. Like me and him, we just like that number just was just blurted out. It's like 1,000 subs, it's just boom, up and out. Because from the beginning, I made it very, very fucking clear that I'm no catcher, I'm no decoy. I'm just a guy who likes to, do his own shit. And if you want to watch, that's cool. And if you don't, then don't. But from the very word go, from the very first stream, Edward, and if Jen Bruno was here, she'd attest to the fact
Whatever happened to
that
Jen Bruno?
she dipped, she got away. She came in, I think on an Alex, or I don't remember which stream it was. I think it was an Alex stream. She came in and I was like, yo, or no, it was like a JDQ stream, I think, or like a Vision Eye View. And I was like, yo, what's up? Long time. And she remembered me and she was like, yo, what's up? But she was the one that was on my very, very, very first stream, which I think I deleted.
Did you have a soccer stream that blew up?
Yeah. I covered. I had like 600 live concurrent viewers.
No shit.
Um,
That's pretty serious.
Yeah, and
football.
it's football, and I think it was like when Cristiano Ronaldo gave like that public interview, just trashing Manchester United. Um, I mean that's like imagine like you're an employer like at Walmart, you're like the boss, and then you turn on your TV late one night and then find that one of your employees is on live television, national television, just shitting on your store. Like that's pretty much what it was. I mean, after he gave that interview, he pretty much got like he pretty much part of a huge thing.
Sounds
Like
a lot like what Joe
mid-season,
Biden does with our
they're in a
country.
rebuilding process. They're trying to get back on their feet. Right. In the middle of a fucking rebuilding phase for Manchester United. Manchester United is not the team that they once were. And then Cristiano Ronaldo goes and fucking says that he basically puts the club on blast, and it was a big deal, and that's why like a lot of people were tuning in. I covered it live. The Piers Morgan interview with Piers Morgan of all people, that motherfucker. But I'm pretty sure Cristiano Ronaldo had his reasons. But point is, I had like 700 live or 700 or 600 live viewers, and it was pretty popular. Like that was like breaking news, breaking fucking news. It was like the #1 on Twitter.
Have you seen that this guy in the chat was, I think he was my gay husband in Hawaii. Then it was Locke's gay husband in Hawaii. Might have been Ed's, but now it's Kurt's. This guy.
It was
This guy.
Gremlins as well.
What's that?
It was Gremlins as well.
Gremlin's Gremlin's gay husband.
Correct.
Anybody got any final thoughts before I hit the hay?
Well, thanks for sorting out the beef between Tommy Boy and me. You know, I mean, I was in the wrong. I gotta admit.
Bro, stop being a little simping ass bitch, bro. Like real men don't simp.
You're correct. You're right.
Yeah, bro. No woman's gonna respect you if like you're begging for it. Like, let them know that you're at least their equal.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't really think I simp for her. I just enjoy her company. You know. But that's a
What
story
is
for a
it about
different
her
day.
company that you enjoy?
Excuse me.
What is it about her company that you enjoy?
I don't know. We're like the Howard and Robin, you know, of the community.
Okay, that's I think that's gay. Tommy Boy, you got any words?
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with Gremlin. Like, except for my thing is I just didn't want him to think they're like attacking her trauma. So I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we got that cleared up.
What about you, Hood?
I've exhausted myself. I have nothing to say. Well, just I guess thanks for letting me out.
Well, that's
Yeah, boys.
I gotta fix something here real quick. Do. Being sus. All right, I'm back. Anybody? I would leave it open, but unless people want to come up, it doesn't really make sense to. All right, Nighty Night Watson, Nighty Night Skate. It was a fun conversation for the most part.
Yeah, thanks for having me up.
Get some
Have a good night,
sleep.
everyone.
Get some sleep.
Well, dude, I'm glad I could be your fucking slam piece when Chuckles and NV Cap firesighting around Gremlin. Way to know that I'm number 3. Little simping ass bitch.
God damn. All right, you have a good night. Take care. See you on the next one.
Red, you take it easy too, my man.
All right, peace.
Good night. And no, Panel King Colfax is not coming up. Good night, Cat Eyes. I don't. No, I'm not gonna do that with Colfax. But I am gonna go to bed, and I hope everybody here has. Everybody go to somebody drop Mike Saha's thing in the chat, and I'll go in there and I'll chat with you guys. Let's go fucking. Or if anybody knows, there's this page called Good Pussycat, and it's a angry racist black lady, and I went in there and I pretended to be incredibly racist against white people and got her to agree with everything I said. So we should all go over to her chat one day when that's my name on that channel though. Like that, yo, my name Lil Tay Tay. You know what's really good though, son? We're really good with it. I said, yo, not for nothing, but I'm happy to have a space on YouTube where like everybody got to write about a melanin and shit. Like maybe they got some of them. Like if you don't got the melanin of a Vietnamese person, bro, I ain't fuck with you. I ain't fucks with you. Yeah, that was fun. I got to be Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder for 30 minutes. And at about 30 minutes in, I think some of the people started to pick up on the troll. And I basically got this woman to admit she's an angry racist. But Lil Tay Tay need a burner for them hoes. That's what they do. Lil Tay Tay need a burner though. That's what's up, yo. For real though. Real motherfuckers against predators. Shout out to all my people in the chat. FCC dipped out tonight, and it was happy to have a chat with no fuckery. So good night, fuckers. Bye.